I love that JBL. I love that JBL music. Oh my god.
Wait, next
goddamn, be a
Hey,
fucking
next-
American.
Next time the theme song's gonna be that Fetty Wap tune that keeps going, that JBL meme.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to
That
UPOL,
shit-
ladies
hey,
and
that
gentlemen,
shit
where
is
we
getting
all
so-
fuck them all to death.
That shit's
Fuck 'em
getting
all to
so
death.
rinsed out
Welcome to
too.
the
I
program.
was well, they had one that had showed the opening of a Bombay of a B-29. It says when America's about to drop a 9,000-pound JBL in Japan. Like I almost died.
Oh yeah, I saw that one too. Yeah.
Welcome to Unsolicited Politics, where we make fat blue-haired liberals really fucking mad at us. This is what we do today.
Not on purpose. We
Fuck
just
them
tell
all to
them
death.
They don't want to hear because it's
Fuck
the truth.
them all to death.
Be prepared to cancel us. We will be prepared to fight you.
We can't
Let's
get
go.
canceled. We can't get
Oh,
canceled.
well, hold on, monkey. Watch what you're doing with that arm now.
Oh,
You don't
shit.
want to get any.
Shit!
You don't want to get
Angle goes too
Roman
high.
saluted.
Oh man. All right.
You know,
Listen.
You're exactly at a 65-degree angle.
You guys
Do
are
not
gonna
be a
make-
Nazi.
No, whoa. Hold on now.
What? No, I was just stretching.
A little pain right. Ah, fuck. All right. All right. Listen. We've had
Sometimes you get a little cramp.
we've had a week. We've had a day. Fuck a week, dude. We've had a day. This presidency is rolling, man. It is running.
It's getting fucking
Wow.
crazy.
Presidency fucks.
It's running wild.
Fucking
We're
global.
gonna need to start
much going
making
on, it's
like
hard to keep
4
up with.
fucking episodes a fucking week, dude.
We're gonna have to do a daily podcast. Is the only way.
Slender man, how you doing today?
Oh, hold on. Wait. Oh, there we go. Yep. Oh, doing as well as I can be, as well as a person can be.
I fucking love that guy. All right. I can't tell if he's like an American or living in the UK. All right. I can't tell if he's actually like British or just putting on an accent.
I can't stand that guy because he comes with proper arguments.
I can tell you for sure that Sir Slender is 100% authentic. Okay.
But what kind of authentic?
British AI.
Nah, authentic. I just said authentic.
So
Right.
wait, what kind of English does he actually speak? I'm
Proper.
English. I forgot about that.
What kind of English does he actually speak? What the fuck kind of question is that, you fucktard?
It's often mistaken for British. It's transatlantic.
Slender, are you cosplaying as a posh English person or not?
No.
Man, he is a posh English person.
Hey, wait, where's Brendan?
Never on this program.
Bro, he's a
No, correction. I am a posh American person.
It's transatlantic. I get it now.
It's transatlantic.
It's like,
okay.
yeah.
So has Brendan finished with his transitioning, or what's going on with that?
Dude, I don't even know, man. I don't know what like. He's supposed to be our leading cabinet member, and like
I don't think he's been on this program once.
No, dude, we have not gotten the graces of the good cabinet leader. But it's okay.
Why does he
Carry on.
ball?
Probably somewhere in between left and right leg.
Oh.
That was a sex joke. Okay.
It's a bit painful.
There we go.
I know. All right, listen. Rough landing, but we're here. All right. I think just before the program started, we figured out that Tulsi Gabbard's going to be moving on. She went, what was it, 9-8 or?
She moves on to the next round. All right.
Yes. Pass the Senate committee vote.
Notice how our government has like layers to this bullshit to just bullshit its way through all the bullshit. Like we gotta have like 8 different votes to get one thing done. Like just fucking vote yay or nay. That's it. Done. Like we're on to the next person. Like fucking bullshit. It's the bureaucratic bullshit.
They also confirmed Russell Vogue, or however you fucking pronounce that last name, to lead the Office of Management and Budget. Don't know the fuck that guy is, but cool. Good job, buddy. You did it, Gabbard. You're on to the next round. All right, come on. Then RFK got confirmed too, right? Or did he just move on?
Well, I mean, none of them have finished the final act. The real one vote that matters.
Still in the middle.
We still got the big three unconfirmed: Patel, Kennedy, Gabbard.
Yo, real quick, because we didn't get to cover it last week because we were all on vacay last week. That fucking Cash Patel hearing, bro. Holy fuck. That guy's fucking no fear.
Yeah, which guy is that? Just out of curiosity.
Cash is the
sand nigga.
Yeah, but like, he's the guy he's the guy they put as head of the FBI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ultimate sycophant right there, bro. Ultimate sycophant.
That guy was ready to fight. Like, I thought he was gonna get up off the fucking table, bro. He was like,
but the problem is, like, he's only fighting for one purpose, and that's to, appease Donald Trump and every one of his words. Like, the man's been doing that for years. Like, I don't know for how long now. Like, just begging for a cabinet position. It is what it is. Like, I've kind of given up. I'm watching where everything's going, and like, I'm here for the misery at this point.
Misery, son. We're winning. It's on track.
No. Like, you think that now,
but I'll think that tomorrow.
Look what happened last time around. Oh,
that's night and day, my friend. This already. Look at the start. We did not have this far.
What do you mean? Look at the start. Wait, hold on. Look at the start. Taking away kids' free lunches at school.
Oh, brother. We'll talk about USAID and all their fucking fake money.
No, we're not going to bother with USAID because, like, everything that was pointed out, every time somebody, like, posts those little memes, they neglect the things that actually matter.
Yeah, USAID was only for external
the things that matter, but we have to tear the whole thing down first.
I mean, that's great. Like, listen. I disagree with providing $6.5 million for aid for people in Uganda who fuck each other in the ass. Like, what it comes down to is, like, I agree with the majority of the things they cut funding on, but the major ones piss me the fuck off.
Hey man, sacrifices need to be made until morale of fucking
attention Bajoran workers. Okay, Dolgatot.
The deportations will continue until morale.
The long hours in the mines will continue.
What was that?
You're getting sent to the mines, son.
Yeah, we were talking about the deportations will continue memes, which are
no. I heard something about Uganda. Like,
one of the funding points from USAID is to provide 6.5 or I don't remember how many million.
Okay, so check it out before we get into
this. Got the bullshit list.
Hold on,
sex in Uganda.
Since we're jumping into the USAID topic,
let's roll.
Let me at least set it up for you guys. All right, I'm gonna set up the topic for you guys, and I'm gonna just let y'all roll because it sounds like you're ready to fucking go.
Oh, we're ready to go.
All right. Here's the facts, and then I'm gonna leave it to the rest of y'all to start talking. The U.S. Agency of the International Development, USAID, is in charge of administering U.S. humanitarian aid around the world. The agency employs around 10,000 people, and it has an annual budget of around $40 billion. The Trump administration, led by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and supported by figures like Elon Musk, has criticized USAID for alleged corruption and ineffectiveness. They claim the agency has been wasteful, with examples given such as $9 million in mismanaged humanitarian aid to Syria. Both Trump and Rubio have suggested that the agency's operational issues are serious enough to consider potentially shutting it down, with Rubio emphasizing that USAID has strayed from its mission, acting as if it isn't part of the U.S. government.
Yes.
President Trump ordered nearly all USAID staff on administrative leave on last Friday, Staffers of the agency were instructed to stay out of the agency's Washington headquarters, and yellow police tape and officers had blocked the agency's lobby as of Monday. USAID workers also said more than 600 additional employees had been reported locked out of the AIDS agency computer systems overnight. Those still in the system received emails saying that at the direction of the leadership, the headquarters building will be closed to agency personnel on February 3rd. President Trump also announced a freeze on all USAID disbursements after DOJ found concerning irregularities involving giving taxpayer dollars to organizations associated with foreign terrorist groups. Two top security chiefs at USAID were put on leave after they refused to turn over classified material in restricted areas to Musk government inspection teams. And current and former U.S. officials told the Associated Press on Sunday. Among some of the wasteful spending, Doge is alleging $20 million for Iraq Sesame Street project.
Yeah.
$8 billion to Politico. I'm really interested in that one. $70 million to Ireland for Inclusivity Musical. 1.5 for DEI efforts in Serbia. 47 grand for transgender opera in Colombia, and 32 grand for a transgender comic book in Peru were among the listed.
When are you going to get to the gay people in Uganda?
Or the transgender mice?
Yeah.
Hey, I wrote so many.
There are a lot of
points. What
so many other fucking things to write. Okay,
such a list.
But the real question is, what about the gay frogs?
Yo, they're funding them.
Oh shit!
Oh
no. Alex Jones disappeared. Where'd he go?
Oh no!
Oh,
is he going to get a bald cap?
Oh man, you just
actually. You know, the gay frogs thing he wasn't wrong about that. It was just hyperbole.
Down the thunder,
no. Like I learned that the hard way. I think it's because because of birth control? There he is.
The problem is that I was right the whole time. I've been warning Americans about the globalists and their DEI programs and the transgender frogs. Now we got transgender mice. We got Ugandians being funded for anal sex. And Christian values in America are being forgotten. Forgotten by demonic, satanic creatures. These people are not human. Humans do not hate other humans the way these people hate humans. I can't sleep at night thinking about the things they're going to do and what's going to happen tomorrow. But hopefully with Dodge and Trump, we can put an end to all this. Millions of dollars to terrorists and transvestites.
It's the globalists, isn't it, Alex?
Always. I've been saying decades. Nobody listening. I am shouting at the top of my lungs on my program for decades, telling you these people are evil. They are evil. They're conspiring against us. They want to end us. And yet, look what it took. Hopefully.
Calm down, Alex. You're too much of a genius.
Listen, he's trying to educate us about the enemies of humanity. Let him cook.
They are among us. They're fighting back. They are enraged right now. They are desperate. They're losing control. And now we got them at the edge. But remember what happens. People on the edge are desperate. So expect them to fight back. Lawsuits, assassinations, conspiracies, attacks on our government. This will not end until we wipe them out.
I just want you to know,
like George Floyd.
If you know me in real life, and it doesn't seem like I take fucking anything seriously, I want you to know that these are the people that I associate myself with on a daily fucking basis. Okay.
I don't know, bro. I do take Sir Slender kind of seriously. Like I said, he's out here.
That
Sir
guy seems like he
Slender
knows what
is
he's
the
talking about.
only man with any fucking reason in this goddamn podcast, and it's fine. We needed one. We needed at least one.
We-
Yeah,
yeah,
at
we
least
need a
one
one
level-headed
sane mind.
person, right?
Technical analysis, doing things the right way.
Like,
Guys,
dude,
can we talk about the 8 million to Politico? Can we not pretend that or the 8 billion, excuse me, to
In
Politico?
subscriptions.
In subscriptions?
Yeah, that's what I don't know what they define as
I
subscriptions,
see
but either
what
way,
you did
money was
there.
funneled into
In-
political.
How no, excuse me, but make sense of that. How do you need money from USAID for subscriptions to Politico?
Because, man, I gotta go back to Alex for this one.
Oh shit.
It's
Yeah,
really
bring me Alex. I need somebody that knows this, man.
The Democrats have been funding and money laundering all this time. USAID is only a tool of the deep state and the globalists. They do not care about America. What they do is send money to our enemies to destroy us, whether that's from outside forces or from interior within the country. So they funnel our political opposition political, and they give them money so that they can destabilize the country and split the masses. All while claiming that they are helping. It is a virtue signaling program that they say we are going to help you, but in the end, we will destroy you.
Can't fucking deal with this. So, with that said, like, okay, I know this is a completely different subject, but I'd like to touch on that
No.
TikTok thing at the border.
We don't touch things here, okay? Touching is
Oh, we're not in Drake shit around here. I get it.
Yeah, we're not touching things here, okay? We leave that for the pedophiles and
We leave that for the Diddy parties.
and the crazy Diddy parties over there, okay? That's what we
Bro, Diddy
Right.
parties are
Am I
pretty
right?
fucking lit, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Those crazy Diddy parties those are for the touching. We don't touch things here, okay? We
I heard Dead Mouse 5.
We fondle them.
No.
Oh shit! Fuck, my
Don't
bad.
sue me. Don't sue
God
me.
damn it. They're going to cancel us.
But
Allegedly.
we grope them.
Allegedly.
Fucking we're done. We're screwed.
Non-consensually.
Yeah, no, completely non-consensually. All right. Slender, where are you at on this?
I'm just like,
Come on, man. You're our voice of reason here.
Trying to
Bring
make
us back
sense
to
of it.
Tear
reality.
into our
I get it.
cowboy hats and find reason in your soul.
Yeah, we got two Don Imuses right here. Come on, let's get it.
You gotta bring us back to reality now, man. Come on. We're asking the VTuber to bring us back to reality.
Wait, what was that thing Don Imus said? What was it? Nappy-headed hose?
Yeah, I think that was a
Wow,
Don
that
Imus
feels-
quote. I think that was like the most famous Don Imus quote.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Man had a very long career. He's known
Did
for
my
one quote.
grandpa was a big fan of him. I'm pretty sure they both had the same type of skin cancer or something. I don't know. Judging by the
That's
complexion.
good. Like,
Oh, that's-
what?
But Sir Slender, like, come on now,
Yeah, let him talk. Let him breathe.
let him cook.
I'm very lost.
We got you stunned. Okay, what is the real reason that Politico would get money from taxpayers?
Yeah, why would that be, bro?
Oh, you're talking about Politico and why were they?
You know,
man.
among the other dumb things that were.
So, if you look more into the list as well, it's not just Politico. There were other journalists.
BBC?
I don't think. No, it wasn't BBC.
BBC, if you know
But
what I
there
mean.
was. No. But there were other journalists. I forget where in another country that they were also being paid by USAID. So it makes sense. You control the narrative. You control how people think. At least to an extent, until you start doing what you've been seeing on the news, where everybody's just using the same exact script.
Yeah.
What was
So
that?
makes
What
me
was that?
think. So, yeah,
was
Russell Brand mentioned the Trusted News Initiative, which was like this thing where they all It's how they get all their information. I don't know too much about it, but it sounds like crazy speak. But then this stuff happens, and you're like, oh, maybe it's true,
bro. I don't
But,
even
you
believe
know,
it's crazy. Everything that I thought was crazy speak 4 years ago is like turning it. What was that guy? There was a guy who said it in a hearing not too long ago.
Yeah, it was that old dude.
We
that
need
dude was
new
funny.
conspiracy. We need new conspiracy theories because all these are turning out.
I believe that was Senator Kennedy or something. I believe
I think so. Yeah.
Now, with what you said like Slender, with what you said though, don't you think getting rid of these programs to push the narrative American interests would be detrimental to our own, our own agenda? What it comes down to is I look at what you're saying. You're absolutely right, but I also think that it's probably a bad move because, well, if we're not funneling money into that, someone else is going to. And that's the same with, when it comes to other situations. If we don't stand on business in a certain situation, someone else is going to come in and hijack it. And that will greatly affect American interests.
Well, if America wants to give transgender Ugandans, or you mean, like China?
Yeah, we're not talking. Listen, we're talking
specifically about
we're
political and journalists.
We're talking about relevant things, not transgender Ugandans. Okay.
Okay, right. So if we
the
don't
last
give money
thing we
to
were
Politico,
speaking about was political and journalists. So if we're talking about that, like, why is the government being in control of the information and news that's being sent out to the American populace like that? Shouldn't that be up to the people of the ones that with the voice?
Private entity.
That's a good point. But you specifically mentioned something. You specifically said, okay, where they're pushing the same narrative, blah 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 blah. The only thing I really have ever seen using the exact same narrative for every news channel across the country would be Sinclair Broadcasting, which is known to be a far right-wing conservative broadcasting corporation. We're not talking about CNN. We're not talking about MSNBC. They all have their own twists on it. But when you talk about those videos of each station playing the same narrative, it's always Sinclair Broadcasting.
Do you remember the bloodbath hoax when Trump was talking about Mexico and the tariffs on the cars and how it's going to be an economic bloodbath? Every news agency on earth twisted that clip out of context and wrote the exact same headline. That's what we're talking about. All those political included. They're funded by the government to spread their narrative.
The problem is, though, that turned out to be true.
Well, no, you can't say it. You also can't try and say it's right wing, because look at the statistics of the people who are actually employed in journalists.
Broadcasting.
No, look at the statistics of people that are employed in journalism and even politics. They are majority Democratic.
But we're talking like 80-20. We're talking about the exact thing you were talking about, which is where you can literally sit there and go across the board on every single channel, and then having them pushing the same story word for word. That is Sinclair Broadcasting. That is not synonymous with left-wing broadcasting. That's not synonymous.
Definitely
no one's saying that it's just a left-wing thing.
But what I'm saying is what you're talking about is synonymous with a specific news agency catering to a specific demographic.
$8 billion is a lot of motherfucking money to send to a.
I don't know what Politico has done with that $8 billion, but
yeah, but what I'm saying is, I almost don't mind the idea of funding like a news station or whatever the fuck, like an outlet for news and information, whatever. But Politico, bro, that's
we know they're biased.
I feel like that's better for NPR.
But NPR also has a
same. I would agree with you. Like, I don't think.
But see, NPR would be great if it was neutral, but it's not.
I would fund.
Look, that's that's what it comes down to with something like what was I heard it mentioned before, Ground News, or something like Axios. Who actually considers both sides.
I don't get a sponsorship for fucking Ground News, and I know you motherfuckers sponsor fucking YouTubers, so I'm just saying. All right, I use the fucking shit, so like I should
Our news actually does analyze all of the sources available
Give
and
us money.
put them in the proper alignment of what they're reporting and everything like that and what side they are.
I need some kickback, all right? This is great promo right now. I need some fucking kickback.
I've actually been considering getting a subscription myself.
Dude, it was worth it. It was worth it. Like that, it helps me a lot with this podcast because with the way I was doing my notes before, it's opening a lot of sites to cover one fucking story. At least here, it's like it's all in one shot, and I could just go through the list and figure out which people don't suck. It's a good way to ingest news. But dude, this is like subscription based. You gotta do a whole bunch of shit. Like I would like one motherfucking easy to get to news source where you can flip it on the fucking TV and it's not some dick telling you how to like think. And if we're gonna be spending $8 billion on something like that, it should be something unbiased and pretty flat out. It shouldn't be fucking Politico, bro. It shouldn't be any of these. Like I would say the same thing for like a Newsmax or something. It should be something dead fucking neutral. Like, yo, this happened. This is what's up. That's it. This is happening.
Yeah, like I said, Axios, in my opinion, when it started, I don't know where it's at now, was beyond perfect for that. It was like maybe like 2 or 3 sentence blurbs, just pointing out the facts. It showed both sides, and then it moved on to the next article. Granted, they did little like video pieces on it they showed both sides. Like it was pretty fair and balanced, to be honest. Like
can I just say, I want to point this out because it's bothering me.
Yes,
How
sir.
fucked up is it that you have to pay a subscription service to get a fucking like readout of news that's like centrist? Like that's become a commodity so rare that you have to pay for it now. Like,
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
No, like that hit right in the feels.
Shouldn't this shit should be for free? Like, why the fuck am I paying to not have my news fucked with? Like, and told in a narrative. Why is this
feature?
It should be the other way around. You should pay a subscription base if you only want to hear Republican or leftist shit. Like, it shouldn't be. Like, this is weird. Why is it so fucking rare that you can actually, and it's a good business model, it's successful, charge for this? It's insane.
God damn it, that makes so much sense.
That's why you gotta get the news from us.
Yeah, well, now they can get their news from us.
Yeah, and we're making sure that we're
totally legit. We got slime.
Yeah, we're totally legit. We're doing the right thing. Like, you know, we're totally not biased. Like we're here just being unhinged.
Fuck them all to death. No.
We're here drinking beer and whiskey, just shooting the shit. You can trust us.
You can trust us, the boys.
Yeah, like you can trust Alex Jones.
Dude, do you listen to Sir Slender, Mo? Like that's a voice you can trust.
And then if you don't feel confident with that answer, you hear Alex Jones, and then you weigh your options. You weigh your options.
Listen, I'd rather hear, like, you know, if I was being serious, like, you know, Sir Slender's transatlantic accent makes it much easier to digest. Whereas yours, well, you know, well, not yours, Alex's.
Alex.
Yeah, Alex. He's not here right now. I'm sure he's in the bathroom.
He's getting high on a gay frog.
Oh no, it's just all that protein powder and fucking
yo, you see him be pushing the seaweed broth and all this stuff?
And probably Adderall he's on. It makes him have to shit regularly. So
bro,
you know,
on a binge, bro.
So USAID. What do we think that when USAID was created, what do we think that was like, what the actual purpose of that was for?
Yeah, you know, probably give aids to third world countries for disasters and shit. Because
like Africa.
Yeah,
they love AIDS.
But to aid.
Aid. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Well, we had to fix all the atrocities we did, right? So we had to make a program to give money back after we fucked everybody.
Yeah, there's no fixing that, dude. Like that's
so just throw some money their way. It's like a bribe, you know?
Yeah, but like, why are we bribing the transgenders?
Well, it's usually.
Oh no, that's after it got out of control.
Oh, okay.
We're talking like origin story. Origin story.
Oh, okay.
Probably us trying to make face for something that we fucked up, you know.
But giving
Um,
giving humanitarian aid around the world sounds a lot like, you know, crisis situations or like
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Countries that need their like
government's overthrown.
economy
Just kidding. Sorry.
boosted, or you know, their schools built, shit to that nature.
No, that's exactly what federal aid's supposed to be, not what.
Okay, so then why the fuck are we throwing gay plays in different countries with the
especially
US?
countries
Well,
that don't
because
like gays?
Power corrupts, and we've had certain people in power for 50 years, and they've done whatever they want because they can do whatever they want.
Because while this is happening, there's like other countries out there that have had like fucking earthquakes and like floods and.
Not important, bro. Gay frogs and
Yo, the gay frogs.
We wanted a whole bunch of money for Ukraine and Israel. Look at it right here, dude.
And cats on treadmills and shit. Like, there's all sorts.
Let's not forget about Pizza Rat. I'm sure we created that too.
Yo, fuck it. But we had all this. We were looking for all this money to fucking send, like Ukraine or Israel or like things that like our allies are actually in fucking wars. We're still spending them, sending them a whole bunch of money. And we're like,
did you see?
More money?
Why are we saying like
right here?
Why are we still sending money to Israel again?
I'm just saying.
We'll be here all day if we go into that one.
If we're sitting here funding our allies on their war escapades and shit, like if we're doing that, and we're also telling the American public, like, hey, we need to, like, we can't find any more fucking money to send these fucking people. We need to up the fucking deficit and get some more fucking money. What do you mean you can't find any money to, like, there's a whole bunch right here. You're throwing gay parades with it in fucking Peru.
Didn't they do that audit in the Pentagon and they realized they lost like a bunch of billions of dollars or something?
I believe that's trillions of dollars, sir. Trillions.
Oh, okay. You know, just who's counting?
Yeah, I can't remember what was it they lost a while back that they came out and said, was it 4 trillion or 2 trillion or something like that?
Remember, Zelensky said he's missing like billions of whatever they said they were going to give him. Like he never even saw. So.
That's what happens in Ukraine. Like you got to figure. Well, where are their nuclear missiles?
Where are
I'm just saying, like,
indeed.
What do you think that? What do we think that Trump's going to do with this now that he's shut it down?
Well, I mean, the idea would be to start over without the stupidity.
Well, I think the best idea is to actually rewrite these programs to a point where, they're given to things that actually, build a country up. Like you said, Monkey, whether it's building infrastructure or their education or things like that. Not, I don't care if I'm viewed as whatever, but we shouldn't be caring about LGBTQ rights in fucking Uganda. We shouldn't be throwing pride parades in Peru. We should be using that money for, very important things such as, whether it's healthcare, education. If some country's having an epidemic of whatever disease, like whether it's Ebola, et cetera, that all benefits us in the long run to keep that shit out of our country. And a matter of fact, like building up infrastructure, building up education, or whatever kind of benefit we can provide some third world shithole. Well, guess what? That also prevents them from coming to our country. In the long run, if we're doing it right, we should be able to create a situation that makes their life better. But that's not, I don't think that's the intent of it. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're throwing them money for bullshit like gay pride parades or whatever, most likely that's going to somebody's pocket. Yeah. A good portion of it is. They're going to give you the bare minimum for what it's for, but somebody's getting rich.
Yeah.
So that goes back to, I can't remember if it was Monkey or fucking Mr. Sandmaga here, Charles, if he was saying, like that money is being poured into nonsense things and it's really just bribes. Yeah. And if I'm correct, a lot of these countries like Uganda, et cetera, they're located in places that are, well, Uganda is volatile, but Africa is volatile. So whatever interest we have in that one area, and whether it's strategic or like a tactical position that we have there, we're trying to keep it.
There is, I want to be good faith to Uganda on the other side of the argument. I did read a little bit about because Uganda's pretty fucking transparent about it. So I did read a little bit about what they do with the money that they get. And I feel like that gets a little bit misrepresented, because unlike what we're reading in Colombia and Peru and fucking Ireland and shit, the Ugandans aren't, it's mislabeled. It shouldn't be like LGBTQ things that Uganda is getting money for, because when you read into it, the only mention of LGBTQ is the organization that's dispersing the money. But when you get to like reading the money and where it's going, they're putting that money in sexual STI test kits. They're putting it in condoms. They're putting it in, like, they're trying to stop the spread of AIDS, basically.
Because it's Africa, I get it.
They're trying. So they're handling. It's not a gay problem per se. They're handling sexually transmitted diseases happening over there. So it's much different than when we go and we analyze Ireland and we're finding out they're just throwing $70 million into fucking inclusivity musicals. That don't fucking help dick. At least Ugandans are fucking solving a problem. There's a lot of this money that's sitting here right now. When you really look at where it's going, it ain't solving shit. You're basically using the money for fucking entertainment, right? Like, you're not fixing a fucking problem or building up a country like what Schultz said. It's much different with a lot. If you look into the money in a lot of the things that I thought are brought up, that's where that money's going. Uganda is to be good faith to Uganda, it's a different situation. I just wanted to put that out.
One thing I have to say is look at China. Look how they're handling Africa. They're basically putting all their money into, well, infrastructure. They're building infrastructure. What they're also doing is they're investing into education. And the thing is like, with that, they're able to create a sphere of influence in that area. They're able to convince these people they're here to help them. They're able to create allies. With what we do, we don't do shit.
Which manipulates, I get where you're going.
Yeah, like, you feel me? Like, it's jokes to me. Like, it doesn't make sense why we're doing what we do, especially in that said case. You're basically letting China have the world.
Yeah, you're letting China have the hearts and minds of people.
And, well, I don't know how they're able to win that, but they are.
I mean, if you're educating, if you're the ones that, when you learn things for the first time, like, it's important where that source comes from. And China understand. I'm sure America understands this shit too, but China understood and prioritized that. When we're helping these countries that have low education levels, they're dealing with much different problems, like with diseases and famine and shit like that. They come in there, they don't fix those problems, because America ends up putting money to those problems. So they put their money into the education and the building and the things that long lasting. One, I guess the best way to put this is, Pablo Escobar was a real big fucking piece of shit to everybody in the world except his neighborhood, because he put money in his neighborhood. Everybody loved him there. So, like, it makes, when you're talking about China educating people and putting money in those neighborhoods and shit, they take that into consideration, and then China becomes favored. So everything that China says gets taken for gospel in these areas. And that creates the education war, like the favoritism towards China, which is the sphere of influence that you're talking about. America's not putting any effort into these things. They're dealing with other things. I remember back in the Cold War era, this was different. America would want to fucking actually go into the education sector, actually have an influence because they were battling the idea of communism versus Russia. I don't know where we stopped prioritizing that, but we did, and China took up the ball. That's what I think.
I mean, you're on point. You literally are on point because what's happening? Like, you got to figure, like, we're falling behind due to our own. Oh well, as if it wasn't this before. It was just less obvious. Pursuing American interests, and when I say less obvious, I mean to the average-minded person. You had a veil of, a veil saying, "Oh, we're doing this to defend against communism, et cetera, et cetera." But you can't say that anymore. I feel like, these other countries that are working against us, such as China and Russia, they're able to say, like, we're here fighting American imperialism, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas all we're able to say is, hey, we know China's building you infrastructure. Don't buy into that. Like,
They want to control your rights while you're
don't let them better your fucking lives compared to us.
Who wants to control your rights? Hold on.
No, that's
Let me turn this shit up. Let me turn this shit up right now.
Talking about the Chinese people.
That'll be the narrative. That's the narrative that they sell to these people. We're fucking the demons. They want to control your right, control your money, and these greedy imperialists. How much you make. And if you're not fucking battling that in the education sector, that fucking idea wins.
Well, I'm gonna fuck them all to death.
Hey, he's not wrong, dude.
It's a tough these are important. These are like fucking Cold War era things that we should have like kept learning and kept fucking onto. We were really good at that in the Cold War era because we prioritized it. We didn't want fucking Russia to win the hearts and minds of people. We were deathly scared of communism, so we fucking worked towards it. I don't think we have that kind of urgency anymore to combat it, and that's bothersome, because shit's already getting fucking worse and worse and worse with the idea of the global idea of America. Shit like this is not going to make it any better, and fucking. Putting a whole bunch of money in like transgender shit isn't going to make that any better either, because in a lot of these countries, they're fucking like their laws are written to like kill people for this shit. And like we're funding it. We're funding putting this out there and shit instead of funding the education that changes the fucking laws so that people don't die for being gay. But we'll fund the gayness. We'll fund the gay parade so that when they rope up everybody that was at the gay parade and send them to the fucking firing squad, we can go all well. But we're not funding the education that changes the fucking laws in these areas because, I don't know, we haven't prioritized that.
I mean, what's funny to me is, like, if you look at a country like Jamaica or even the Bahamas, like, what gets me is these countries now, like, literally are sitting there. If you go to a place in the Bahamas, the majority of their businesses have Chinese flags raised over them. Literally, red Chinese flags over those businesses. If you go to Jamaica, those resorts that everybody spends their money on to want to go to, whether it's beaches or whatever they have down in Montego Bay down there, those are all Chinese owned. And the Chinese have their claws in our backyard. As a matter of fact, as we saw, like, they're starting to dig their claws into Mexico. And when I say that, like, well, we saw earlier, I posted earlier today, it's like, you have literal instructions and cutouts in the border wall, or like the areas where Border Patrol will not be, being broadcasted on TikTok by the Chinese. And everything I saw those weren't Mexicans coming in. They were Chinese. As a matter of fact, my friend Ariana lived in Panama. She was Brazilian. She got deported back to Brazil. She started going to school.
Don't touch China. China is asshole.
Oh, me rub you wrong time, pensioner. But like if you think about it, in Panama, they have a big Chinese population. And what they do is they provide them direction, contact, and entrance to the United States through the Darien Gap, then through Mexico. And they have been funneling in thousands upon thousands of Chinese as we speak. Like, that is real. Like, that was one of the things that worried me about the border crisis, because I knew full well that the majority of these people aren't even fucking Mexican, dude. They're from different countries, whether they're Iranian or they're Chinese or they're Guatemalan or whatever. Like, this is not just a Mexico issue.
I hear a lot of this is a problem that gets focused on more so with people that come from the Middle East, because this is also happening with Middle Eastern countries. But then when Trump makes a ban on those countries, we all fucking about it. We know you're right.
Well, I don't
and I think you're highlighting, by the way, just saying, you're coming real close to this point that MAGA Republicans make about that border, because you're right. You're fucking right. They do all come from that border. It's not just Mexicans. They figured out, in my opinion, that border is the easiest to get in through, and they're all funneling out into there. They're finding their way to get to the Mexican border and then go in through there, because for whatever reason, they feel like that's the easiest way to get to. Maybe it's because of the lack of security. Maybe it's because of, the ease of getting in and getting into the asylum system. Who knows? Maybe it's just an easier gate to jump. I don't know. But it seems like that border is the weakest border that we have, because that's the border that is the crisis border. MAGA Republicans have been screaming this shit for like fucking, I don't even know how long, 8, 12 years. Like, they've been screaming this shit for a while. That border is a problem. And every time we go to try to fix it, it becomes like a morality battle in America. Like, oh, we want to let everybody in and have the American dream, but at the same time, that shit is fucking us up right now. So it's, you're getting to that point.
What it comes down to, the American dream, let's get real. Like, even when my great grandfather came here, he had to stop somewhere. He had to be checked in. He had to have his name written down. He had to have been given permission to be here. Like, what it comes down to is like what we're witnessing is something very different. Like, that's why, like, even as what it could be considered a leftist, I don't really consider myself that anymore, because, well, I don't have blue hair. But like,
it's all right. It's all right. We got plenty.
After hearing you talk a bit more, plenty of leftists probably don't consider you a leftist anymore either.
We got plenty of fat-haired blue bitches in South Florida to take that mantle. You are so ready.
I've seen them, bro. I've seen them. Trust me.
You're so good. You are so good. You're probably not even leftist anymore. According to these people.
You know what? Like, I stopped considering myself a leftist when I saw, what it really came down to is what I saw, what people who called themselves leftists were, especially when it came to members of Antifa. The one thing about Antifa is this, is like, that's always been a colorblind skinhead organization. It had nothing to do with trans people. It had nothing to do with blue hair, fucking pronouns, or even race. Then when I saw it turning out to be that way, it was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, this is not how this is supposed to be. The SJWs have hijacked like something that was meant to be literally, well, let's get real here. You have many branches of the organization, but when you think of Antifa, most people think of the Black Bloc. The Black Bloc is a Black Bloc anarchist group. They don't give a fuck what your color your skin is. They don't give a fuck if you're trans or gay. The whole point is to cause it's the terror arm of that group. It just got weird, man. Like, you know, like when you see a bunch of skittle-haired people, or you see the average Portlandian showing their face saying, well, this is what we're about. No, that's not what the organization is about. So that successfully got hijacked, in my opinion. Now, I can't consider myself a leftist when the left is now made up of a bunch of spineless liberals. And when I say spineless liberals, these are people that are right wing. They are right wing. They want what they want. Like, left wing is about freedom of choice. It's about, let's get real. It's an anarchist, and also a communist movement. When I say communist, I mean it in the purest sense of the word. I do not mean Stalinism. And most people can't grasp that. But I can tell the people in this group can understand the difference between what communism is, sharing goods or sharing a plot of land and farming it, et cetera, and you coming up with your own products and then making commerce off of it, or Stalinism, which is the complete control of the means of production, and then using it as leverage against your own people. We've seen that in Cuba. We've seen that with Che Guevara. We've seen that North Korea, Mao Zedong in China. We see it with, Soviet Russia. That to me is not communism. It never will be. It's far right. It's a far right wing dictatorship with an economic twist. That's what it comes down to.
Guevara was. It's so hard to put him in that list. It's because of the motives. The motives with.
I think he was just a psychopath.
His tactics pretty much align with that. The motive behind Guevara, though, was he wanted to. Guevara's big dream, the big Guevara dream, was he wanted to unite all of the Latin American countries into one superpower that would rival Russia and the United States. He had detested the United States so badly, and imperialism so badly, and he blamed the United States for all of the Latin American countries' problems at the time so badly that he felt like it was his mission to unite all of these countries to contest that one power. And the way he would achieve this mission was fucking brutality. It was like,
exactly.
But that was his main goal. So it's his situation is a lot different. He was trying to achieve something much greater. It was just his tactics definitely lined up with that. Definitely. It's just he had a bigger picture.
And what I think it comes down to is tactics are what got him killed.
Yep.
In the
end.
His
tactic, the thing about Che Guevara, like, he would have been such a respectable, like, human if imagine a Che Guevara for an America. Awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, his tactics, if only he had the right morality, but the thing that got him killed was that attitude, was that ferocity. He was too uncontrollable. So Fidel fucking kicked his ass out of there because, like, yo, like, you're fucking this up, dude. We're trying to get this shit done with Russia right now. We've got fucking nukes in our backyard. You're trying to get me into World War III right now. Get your fucking ass to Colombia and get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, and then he gets killed.
Wait, what would you say?
Or not Bogota, not Colombia.
No, he was killed in Bolivia.
Yeah,
he like, honestly, I'm pretty sure he was shot down by.
Yeah, he was. You're right.
A Stinger missile on a private plane.
No. He wasn't shot down in a Stinger missile on a private plane. No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%. He got fucking snuffed out in Bolivia. His whole fucking. He was up there with a crew. Like a minimal fucking crew on a mission to fucking overrun that government and basically rerun the fucking the Cuban Revolution, but in Bolivia. And Fidel Castro was supposed to send him resources and more people, but never fucking did. Like he just fucking flat out left them high and dry,
Just burned him.
basically. And
Yep.
CIA and that government in Bolivia was looking for this fucking guy. CIA got him. Then they the Bolivian government dealt with them. He got executed in a schoolhouse, basically.
And if I'm correct, wasn't he the one that used that line where he just
You're
said,
only gonna kill. You're only killing a man. You're not killing an idea, or something
Yeah,
like go. He basically said, "Go ahead and shoot me. You're only killing a man."
and if I'm correct, he died smiling.
Mm,
I don't know. Like, there's a ton of listen. There's a ton of rumors behind that. Like, for me, I have the it's over here somewhere, but I have his whole book on guerrilla warfare.
I know. Che Guevara was one of my. I don't want to say favorite political
childhood
figures
heroes.
because it sounds too charitable, and I do not agree with what Che Guevara did in his life.
Oh yeah,
he was one of the most interesting figures in history.
No, he really was.
Me.
The book that I have written by him on guerrilla warfare is probably one of the most intricate little books that has. Hey, let me put to you like this. Even has pictures, like little sketches of how to make a shotgun launched Molotov cocktail launcher. I think it's absolutely amazing. But like his philosophies on things and the way he thinks is very interesting. But
yeah, he was a very interesting person that I learned about in history. I feel like if Che Guevara was an American born with American like values and like that kind of morality, he might have been something in this world. But he was on the wrong side of history. He's on the wrong side of the ball with the wrong side of morality. He's doing the wrong things. He was a fucked up human fucking being, and he did a lot of fucked up things, bro. Like I do not have respect for him in that regard.
Yeah,
I just find him a very interesting person.
Like you're absolutely correct, but like what I can say is he actually did something with his life, and like. Whether it's good or bad, he left an imprint.
He made an impact.
He left an impact on the people of South America, but then he also left an impact on people like you and I.
And he almost fucking destroyed the world. Like if Fidel Castro was not a smart person for diplomacy at the time, if he didn't have the appetite for diplomacy at the time, Che Guevara could have destroyed the world. Like that whole nuclear situation could have gone a different way. Like the nuclear missile crisis. That could have gone a completely different way. Like we wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, absolutely could have.
Like that guy was a fucking. That's the attitude that got him killed. That loose cannon fucking attitude is the one. That's the shit that got him killed in history. But going back to what like you were saying earlier, like yeah, that's the difference between him and the other. Like these other guys that you mentioned have had smaller pictures of controlling their own territories in their own countries, right? Like they didn't have this grand vision of unifying other countries and helping other countries out to be like this superpower. They were very small-minded.
That's also an inherent problem when it comes to the ideal of communism. It completely disregards the concept of human greed, the nature of human greed, and
that
what it won't work.
What you just said is absolutely on point, because the reason why communism always fails is because of human greed. Like one person is always going to be richer than the other, and then it turns into an oligarchy, a bureaucracy. You know what I'm saying? Like just like Soviet Russia kind of thing.
Right. So, and then you got to remember as well, if we were even to try to transition to a form of communism, wouldn't that require a form of authoritarianism first?
Oh,
yeah, you're right. I would grant that.
You're absolutely correct. To be honest, like that's the only way it could work. If you think about it, like every time you've had one of these communist takeovers. What you needed was a heavy-handed dictatorship to implement it. You need to purge the opposition.
And the
Because,
problem with
well,
that, it's no longer communism if
The-
you're doing that.
And
the
what is
reason
it? On what does it
it's
become? Then?
authoritarianism,
Specifically, what?
an authoritarian dictatorship,
Fascism.
fashion. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Fascism.
if you look at those countries, they were all right-wing military dictatorships with an economic twist. That was it.
But the reason these things don't work now is because the world works against it. We had agreed, except for China, we have agreed that communism just is not a good governmental system. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
Because
we see it every time, though.
the last successful communist, because it's a doomed governmental system. It's just
Last successful
it's
one, if you
not
can call it that,
good.
was USSR.
The last successful one was the USSR, and I completely remove China from this conversation because I know they're the longest running. But the last
they're not
successful
even
one
really
outside,
communists.
they are by definition they're a communist dictatorship.
Yeah, like I said, I consider them more.
They're just a very sophisticated type of it, you know.
well,
And they have the money. They had the money to fund it. Like China's got it on lock when it comes to their country. So that is a very successful model, but it's also much different than every other model that we would talk about when we're talking about dictatorships.
well,
So like the last good
real.
successful one by the heart of the idea of dictatorship would have been the USSR, and even that was doomed.
But then you look at a communist country like Vietnam, they're doing pretty well.
Are they though? Like
Yeah.
on the global scale, are they? They're like mid.
Not on a global scale, but for themselves.
I mean, for them, like I guess if
I mean,
I
wait, hold
almost
on, let's back it up.
want to grant that because like they're used to their conditions and they
Do
live
you
happily.
think-
I guess
do
in
you
their
think
conditions.
Vietnam has ever had ambitions of global domination? Honestly,
No, I don't
No.
think so at all.
all
That-
they
that
cared
would
about
be-
was them, and
I still disagree with China a bit too, being necessarily communist.
What would
Yep.
you call? Yes, voice of reason. What would you call it?
They are communist in name. Like they call
I agree with
themselves
that.
communists. They use communist rhetoric.
Party, etc.
in practice-
capitalist.
In practice, yes. In practice, they are authoritarian, capitalist, and socialist.
Yep.
Communist in name. I
guess
like
you could
that.
call it something like
I
authoritarian
like that.
capitalism or state
I
socialism.
like that spin because of what I was saying earlier. Like they're very different when it comes to the
But
other.
then again-
I can grant that.
Then again,
I
though,
was
if
saying
we're
that
going to
earlier.
use that argument, can we not say that? Well, instead of calling countries like England or Germany, etc., socialist countries, well, it's the same kind of thing.
And I don't consider England a socialist country.
You do not consider England a socialist country, even though they have free education, free healthcare,
Yeah, but that's
and like a literal authoritarian government that asks you to have a license for your TV.
Yeah, but aren't they still operating as a democracy?
Yeah, that's because it is a democracy, but it's still a socialist country.
I feel like
like when I dated my ex who was from England, like back when I lived in South Florida, like
would you agree? Would you agree with that, Sir Slender? Democratic socialism for England?
I'm trying to think on that. Let me look up England's structure real fast, and I'll double check that one here.
All right.
Well, they have a parliament. Do we consider Canada a socialist country? I mean, I'm just saying, like, the reason why people, go to Canada for medicine is because, well, if they go there, they move there, et cetera, they have free medicine, they have free education. They also have a bunch of other benefits that people in the United States don't have. Whether it takes a while to get it, doesn't really matter. Like even the boy Rand Paul went to Canada for medical treatment. So in the end, Canada, whether we like it or not,
Aren't they up? Wait,
has a better system than the United States.
what is Canada's leaders or prime minister, isn't it?
That's usually what. Yeah, you get what I'm about to say. With that.
Looking at this and looking at some of the policies over in England, I mean, or the UK, I mean, we have to be
England's
proper
a bit
about this.
different,
Looking
it's
this
a bit
up
more
here,
extreme.
I wouldn't say they're necessarily socialist, but I would say they're like a hodgepodge mix.
Exactly.
They're like a
how I
social
consider Canada,
capitalist. They're like a social capitalist society over there.
No, you're absolutely right. But what are you going to call China a commune-capitalist society?
Apparently, that's what we were
authoritarian
edging at.
communists.
Yeah, but like they have a free market.
Oh wait, what was it I said earlier? It wasn't it was
You said
authoritarian
authoritarian capitalism.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
China is.
I mean, you know what?
Isn't Canada technically a monarchy?
No,
Canada,
they're a Commonwealth nation.
Like by name, like in the same way that you would say
Canada is a Commonwealth nation.
Canada has a prime minister, yes.
Which means Canada was a colony of England. The Commonwealth nations include Canada, the Bahamas, the Virgin Islands, South Africa, Australia. All these places are all considered.
Okay, no. Okay, you know what?
And Canada, by the way, I would say is more capitalist overall. I mean, they do have some socialist tendencies, but they are definitely more capitalist.
Yeah, but I'm talking. Okay, I'm talking not just about their markets, but how they handle their government.
Well, do they have social programs that they look down on us for not having?
Yeah,
they do. Like that's the thing. Like. If you go to England, you go to Canada, you go to Australia, you go to any of these places, they look
how well
at
are their social programs
like
as well?
Fucking idiots, because they get all these benefits, and they have at least for England, at least for the EU, they all have a stronger dollar than us too. So, what is the problem with how they run their governments, other than the fact they don't have some of the freedoms we do? But let's get real here. I'd gladly sacrifice,
but those systems don't have a lot of the money in them, bro. That's the one thing.
Those systems are very spread thin. Ask people who actually who have to use those benefits.
I have asked that. You're absolutely correct. But like when it comes to the people I know, whether it's my ex or Monkey can vouch for Andrew Hoover, it's like they will always sit here and say America has the most ass-backward system because, well, guess what? If they got sick, they were taken care of. If they wanted to go to college, they could do it for free. If they wanted this or that, whether it's housing, something like that, they got it.
But what I'm saying is that these systems didn't have a lot of money in them. So the quality of the care doesn't match what
you think that somebody who can't already afford that gives a fuck as long as they get it?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
that I get
that the quality of care, even at the affordable bottom level, all the way to the top, like. The American system has way more money in it, so even the quality at the base level is probably better than Canada's base level quality.
But hear me out though. Like, when has the American system ever really benefited anybody?
If you make enough money, it benefits you. So
yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, we're not talking about making enough money. I'm talking about for the average person.
Yes. You asked me a technical question. When has the American system benefited people? It benefits.
Yeah, but we're not talking about enough money because if you have enough money, the system benefits you anywhere.
Yeah, well, the American, the American,
what it
the American
comes down to is with
but
us,
you know what else? But you know what else though? Not for nothing. Even again at the base Medicare, Obamacare, whatever care level. America still does something for you. Ain't a lot, but it does something for you. And the quality of that care still probably better than the base
Okay,
level over in another place.
That's an interesting statement. So if I went to my local hospital back in Florida when I lived in Hope Sound, do you know what I have to look forward to?
That's a fucking nice place, Hope Sound.
Huh?
That's a fucking nice place, Hope Sound.
That's where I used to live. If I went to Mark Memorial right down the street, if I had to have knee surgery, you know what the best I could hope for? Them amputating my fucking leg on accident.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I have this anecdotal story too that's kind of funny. I had gotten a hamate fracture in this hand that required surgery. Never paid for it. Never paid for it. I got it fucking good too. It was nice. The stitch job sucked, but the surgery went down fine. Hamate worked out. Like I can still punch you with this hand. It's still good. I bowl with this hand all the time. It's fine. Never paid for that surgery. Never did. I didn't have insurance. I didn't have so that shit was done in the emergency room. And then like the preliminary parts of it were done in the emergency room. I still had to come back on an OR, visit like early in the morning. I went in there 6 a.m. to bang out the surgery. Never paid for none of that. You know what I'm saying? And then we have this system where it's crazy. Like these bills don't like if you rack up these bills that they may hit you with, they don't even hit your credit. Like they just
they don't take it social. Yeah. I had an emergency trip too, and I think I got misdiagnosed a hernia, and it was actually just a cyst. So I ended up in the emergency room, got charged like $1,200. I didn't pay that shit.
And it doesn't. There's nothing in your life that penalizes. It doesn't hit your credit. They don't bring it up in anything. Like it's like these things are phantoms and they don't fucking exist. So they're even in our system as it is currently. You can benefit from it even if you're fucked up and poor. Because these things happened to me when I was like 18 and 17 and shit. Like I didn't have money or insurance or any of that shit. I was like this fucking kid with no responsibilities and didn't think about it. So, like, even in this system, as broken as it is, the poor guy still,
you know what, though?
Can benefit. It does. Now, I'm not saying this is because I can fucking hear it from comments and shit. I'm not saying that everybody's situation's like that. I don't know what it's like in other states. I have never left South fucking Florida at all. I'm just telling you my motherfucking truth, about my story.
Monkey, hear me out. There's a period back when I lived in Florida, I ended up at the hospital for 4 months. 4 months. Now, I didn't have the money to pay for that. I got grants for it from the hospital. At the end of the day, I only had to pay $5,000. Think about this. 4 months. In the end, I only had to pay $5,000. Did I pay a dime of that? Fuck no. But the thing is, it never affected me. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Like,
all right.
So we got to bring this back to again what I was saying before with the base level cares. The systems over in Canada, I hear a lot about because I know fucking Canadians from Twitch and shit. You cannot be surprised how many fucking Canadians are on Twitch for some reason. But I get into these conversations every now and again with these guys, just because they like to talk about their shit too. And the great argument is like what you said. They spend a lot of fucking time trolling Americans like, haha, we get free healthcare and all that. But if you actually ask like how that is, a lot of Canadians will sit there and have like bitch at you in the same way. Oh, I gotta wait this and I wait that, and it sucks like this and it sucks like that, and the fucking I heard you guys have this. We don't even get that, and like so you can already tell just from conversations with these guys, like on the regular. There's a difference. There's a difference in how it works, and it depends on. It depends on, I guess, the ailment on where you see the benefit. Like if you break your fucking arm in Canada, probably a good idea to break your arm in Canada over fucking America.
So it depends. It really depends, because the fact that like we're just talking on just healthcare right now. Like, you got to remember, the American system produces innovations that the other countries don't see for how long. Like, think like the Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins, those cancer treatments and stuff. That type of stuff that can bankrupt a small country, right?
Yeah.
Like, Americans spend much more on healthcare than any other nation. But I mean, just that's where we always have a lot more money available in our systems. So yes, there's faults, but there's faults on both sides. Like, when we're talking with like Canada or UK, so like what are they like we already said, you're not going to get the top tier care, right? But there is also usually a much longer waiting period for them. And then you also have to remember that they do stifle forget how to say that word sometimes. Made a note of it, but I'm what the definition of that word. They stifle innovation, basically, is what I was talking about earlier with the innovation, everything that America has comparatively. Like, equipment-wise, technology-wise, all that. And then, of course, just advances in research. So they stifle that for collectivism, but they do have, a base floor.
So this would be my consensus. Where, like,
What?
there's a trade-off when you get free healthcare. You probably don't get the best. It's kind of like the thing with tattoos. You get what you pay for. You don't want it free because it's gonna suck.
Yes, that actually is a great analogy for it. If you can get a free tattoo, it might be absolutely horrible, not be anything that you want, might give you an infection. Or you can get a paid tattoo, have no waiting time to get right in there, get your appointment done, and get the tattoo exactly as you wanted it.
Yep. Like, and I feel like that's the trade-off. Like, yeah, we pay, but we get the best technologies, we get the best medicines first.
Both systems could definitely use more work. But you can't really say that one is better than the other right now in a overall sense.
In a vacuum, it's very hard because, like,
right,
there's so many different reasons why you would enter in the medical system, and there's so many benefits and cons in between the two systems. So to sit there and put them all in a vacuum and to find out which one's better than the other, we'll be sitting here for fucking 3 hours parsing through that. Just that.
Exactly.
So,
there's pros and cons to each. They both need work. It's just dependent on you as a person.
I would just prefer right now the American system because I'd like to know that I'm getting the best care.
The fact that I have money, I prefer the American system.
Yeah, that too. All right. Do we want to talk about anything more on the USAID thing before we move on?
I think we covered that.
Yeah, bunch of corrupt assholes,
Hey, but at least Ugandans got taught how to make proper gay sex.
All right, let's talk about something that's going to ruffle some fucking jimmies. We're going to ruffle some. This is the topic that's going to ruffle the liberal blue hairs. All right, this is it. This is the topic that is really fucking touchy, and everybody gets mad about it when we talk about it. So
Here we go.
Keeping men out of women's sports.
Oh boy!
Hey, wait. Who gets mad about that?
Oh man, dude. The blue
no. Let's just call them out where they are.
What are they?
They thems.
The they thems. No, it's not just the they thems though. They're backed by
They thems.
The Zers.
The Zers.
The Zayzims.
The slugs.
The invaders.
The bunnies.
The
meatballs.
pansexual genderqueer toaster ovens.
So
That's about
this
right.
is an executive order made by President Trump today or yesterday. What was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yeah,
was
'cause
yesterday.
we were throwing the parades yesterday. Yeah. So he signed an executive order titled "Keeping Men Out of Women's Sports." It's to ban transgender athletes from women's sports, stating it aims to protect opportunities for women and girls. The order leans on Title IX compliance and aims to reverse the Biden administration's stance on transgender participation in sports. The order rescinds funding from the educational programs that do not comply with Title IX, which prohibits discrimination based on sex in schools. Trump warned that schools allowing transgender athletes could lose federal funding and emphasized that the needs for fairness in sports ahead of the 2028 Summer Olympics. Critics argue the order violates laws and protections, asserting the transgender students do not threaten sports or schools, as stated by Fatima Gross Graves, president of the National Women's Law Center. So I'm so glad I'm glad we're coming in right at the bell. I don't think we'll have another fucking opportunity to talk about this one after this. And I really wanted to wait until something happened in the world that we can get to this because I have some strong opinions.
Wait, you have some strong opinions. I believe. My best guess is, Monkey, with your opinions, they're just common sense opinions.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna express them strongly.
Okay.
Common sense isn't very common with some people.
If you have a problem with this bill, you are fucking retarded. Okay?
Hey, we say gay and retarded in this house.
Fucking retarded. All right, I can't even believe that we've gotten to a fucking point in this fucking country where this actually necessitated a presidential executive order. Like the fact that we had to make a law. Now I understand why they have warnings on the gel packets and beef jerkies. I get it now.
Wait. You're not supposed to eat those?
You're not supposed to eat those, Brandon.
Fuck.
Damn it.
You're not and that I get it now. I understand. People are fucking this stupid. I honestly thought that this was going to end when the girl's skull got cracked in UFC or whatever the fuck in MMA.
I thought it was going to end with Leah Thomas.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised. Oh, you brought that up. I saw a video I need to watch. I think I saved it. I need to watch later. Some things apparently came out about Leah Thomas.
Oh, do fucking tell.
Like I said, I have to watch the video. I say it's something I saw. I didn't get to watch it yet. I saved it for later, I believe. But I'll find it again if I didn't save it for sure. But yeah, I saw that something came out about Leah Thomas.
What? That she
swam with the dick?
No. Something. One of her teammates came out with some testimony.
So what do you say? It's like a diddler?
Hold on.
I don't know. I haven't watched the video or anything yet about it, but I'm going to.
It sounds like you're going to say she's like, well, she quote is a the standard trans person invading women's sports who gets sexual with the women and then they get grossed out.
That's what it seems like from what I saw from the title of the video and everything. But like I said, I didn't get to watch it yet. I just have it.
It's literally just gay with extra steps.
Yes. Well, it's.
I don't know, but
it's technically still straight if you're going after.
Yeah, but not
transition
if you
to a woman
and then you become a lesbian.
Oh, you know what it is? They're trying to expunge her from the record books. That's what you're talking about, Slender. They're trying to take her win away. They're trying to basically remove her records.
I thought that was
they should have already. I thought they already did that.
Well, no. Like every time I looked it up,
there's an ongoing lawsuit about it.
Yeah, every time I've looked it up, it said false because, people, like, the same reason why they said that helicopter crash was caused by a transgender pilot. They just really want to stir that pot. Now, granted, like, I don't have anything against trans people. It's whatever. I just think it's a bit ridiculous sometimes. But it's like, what I do notice is that the far right and right-wing media outlets like to target these individuals and make stories up. But what it comes down to is I do not believe she should hold a record. Well, they should hold a record for a women's sport.
Because, so, yeah, 3 of the teammates went to sue the school to remove the records. Yes.
And what was the main girl's name? The one who started this little lawsuit?
Oh, fuck me.
Like, the only reason I know is because she's kind of hot. Like,
it looks. It's not saying who was the first one, but the 3 women were Grace Esterbrook, Margot, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, Kazrowski, I think that's right, and Ellen Holmquist.
Well, I don't know, because like there's the one girl that's in like a pundit now on Fox and all this other stations.
Oh, I know what you're talking. I know who you're talking about.
Was it Riley or something?
Oh, yeah, Riley Gaines.
Something.
Riley Gaines. That's right.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't even think she's part of that lawsuit. At least I didn't.
No.
That's weird. I thought she was in it 100%. Like, that's kind of different from what I thought it was. But it is what it is. Either way, straight up. And I've gotten chewed out for it before when I say I disagree with it. Like, I've gotten strong looks about it, and you know what? Why? Like. Well, I have a friend out in Colorado who's female. Like I am saying, she was biological female, who has become non-binary, and like
so she became non-existent.
I don't know, but what it comes down, she exists, but I don't like it's like I'm not gonna argue with it. Like it's just still my friend. But the thing is like when I bring up this one specific issue, they get really offended. And there was even that case, what was the UFC fighter, where it was a biological woman who went up against a transgender athlete who was a fucking green beret. She got a green beret.
Yes.
She got her fucking skull crack. I thought this ended after that. Like, I thought this would end after that.
No, is that the same incident?
Yeah, she got her skull cracked.
Like I'm saying, like she lost. Like I'm saying, like got her fucking ass handed to her by this ex-military special forces operative. When I said, what got me is when I said, so you think it's fair that a literal trained killer fought a woman in the ring?
That's insane to me.
That is insanity. You're absolutely right.
That's insane to me. That I'm sorry. I am so for like live your life, whatever the fuck, do whatever the fuck you want. I truly do not give a shit because I just don't. But we can't be calling ourselves Jenny tomorrow when we were Jamal yesterday and cracking bitches skulls in their own.
We can't be Strong Woman from South Park.
Yeah, no, Macho Man from fucking South Park.
That's Strong Woman.
No, Strong Woman is who.
Oh, that was the okay. Yeah, you're right. I forgot her name. What was the characters? I don't remember. But it was definitely the Macho
Helen
Man.
Helen or some shit. But it was clearly Macho Man.
I've been identifying as a woman for 2 weeks now, brother.
And I get that listen, to be charitable, I get that that's not the situation. I get that they go through like hormone change. It doesn't matter, bro.
But that doesn't change your fucking bone.
In the time that you were training,
the name was Heather Swanson. That's right.
Heather Swanson.
Yeah, Heather Swanson.
But that, like you said, that doesn't change your bone density.
It doesn't do that. It doesn't change what happens to you. It doesn't change what happens to you in puberty. It doesn't change all the training you did as a guy. And there's a drop off, sure, but it doesn't change the physical like things in that you had an
You're still
advantage on.
male.
Like like at the end of the fucking day, dude. Like, yes, find your fucking identity. Like,
Dude, let's get real here. Like,
find your identity, being comfortable with it, and I'm cool with that. But
Monkey,
fuck, be realistic.
I think we both know what it was like doing what we did down in South Florida, especially down on South Beach, or down in Miami or Los Olas area. It's like, bro, some of these girls will beat our fucking ass. Like, even as a male, some of them have had that training. They have had that, like that experience where it's
Yeah,
like,
but when you're
That's
sitting,
not the average.
but when you're sitting in a sport
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
that has this need to, like, they have weight classes and all this other shit. They have a need for a parity and equality in their competitors. And then you have this fucking anomaly
This
come
fucking
into
behemoth.
it's I'll just call it anomaly for statistical purposes. You have an anomaly come in here and completely fuck up the bell curve, bro. Like, we had a pretty even playing field. It's basically like telling the Kansas City Chiefs to go fucking compete for a natty. Just let the Kansas City Chiefs run through the fucking BCS. That's insane to me. That's not fair. Like, and we need to start being realistic about that. So, I mean, if you got to cancel me for that opinion, cancel me for that opinion. But I just want fairness in sports.
You say cancel my opinion?
I'll fight these fucking battles on all fronts. I want fairness in sports. I'm still sitting here bitching about NFL officiating too. Just saying.
No,
But
I agree. I agree. Like I said, it's like what it comes down to is this: there's a big difference between I'm sorry, women or men are not equal. We are not equal when it comes to physical strength and capabilities and that kind of thinking. Like, there has to be a line drawn in the sand. Like where we're protecting women, but we're also protecting the integrity of the sport. And that's very important, dude. That's very, very important. Like, I wouldn't want to. A prime example is, like, I remember playing Pop Warner football. We were in regional championships, and the other team comes out, and it was Kendall, Miami. And these dudes had full fucking beards, dude. They were not 13 years old. They were not 14 years old. They were probably close to 16 and 18. And, like, bro, like, that was not fair. That's the male equivalent to a woman being in a ring with a transgender fighter. Like, I'm sorry, a 13-year-old is never going to be able to stand up to a well-built 16 or 17-year-old Hispanic male with a mustache.
and it goes down the line. I don't want to just focus on battle sports because, like, Leah Thomas, for example, like, there's these advantages stretch down the line, bro. When we're talking about physical capabilities, these differences are going to be highlighted, bro. Like, they're going to matter. And when you're talking about the best of the best of the best in the world in something where little details decide medals, you don't want to add on top of that fucking Jamal in the women's division. Like, we've got to be fucking realistic about what we're doing here. Fight for your identity, bro. Be who you want to be. But let's be realistic about things that should be real. Like, do not fuck with sports. Stop fucking with sports. Period. Like, just stop fucking doing that, bro. These motherfucking women work hard their whole fucking lives to compete in shit right? And they dedicate their entire lives to that shit. And it's massively disrespectful to sit there and do this shit to them. Like, and piss on all that effort. Like, so I'm super supportive of this bill that happened. Like this, I'm just shocked that it was fucking even like it necessitated a fucking order to get this done. I can't believe we've gotten here, bro. Fuck, Charles, say something, bro. What's Alex Jones think about this shit?
I will have to ask him, but let me tell you, the world is moving at an insane pace right now to just keep up with all the goodies that we've been discussing tonight. You know, from giving money away to corruption to men and women sports, which honestly, this whole shit that started a couple of years ago, it all circled. You know, it's crazy because all the same. What was that? Oh, Alex just came in. Let me.
Oh, Alex, where are you, buddy?
Alex.
Oh, there he is. There's the man, the myth, the legend.
The problem is that it all comes down to the same problem. These people,
Are you fucking kidding me?
every problem we have with the globalists comes down to the same core issue. They want to destroy humanity. And they do that with war, famine, and
Disease.
end of human reproduction.
Ah,
You
shit.
see, with Christian values and men loving women, and when you introduce and you start deleting the sexes and making man, women, women, men, and children can be raped by Epstein's clients, all this stuff destroys humanity. All the policies of the globalists are designed to destroy humanity. So when you see them pushing the trans agenda and men now chopping their dicks off and women chopping their dicks off, all this stuff is to destroy humans, to destroy the mind, to destroy the body, and to most importantly, swear to God, to destroy the human soul. That is what they want to do. They want to play God, but they're really all devils. They are the devil that wants to destroy humanity from the inside out. And I am here on this program, not just selling you supplements, not just telling you what vitamins to buy, but I am telling you the truth. Because for years, for decades, I've been telling you about the attacks, the terrorisms, the attacks on the human body, all this stuff, they've been planning for decades, and now they are executing it. Good thing is, folks, not all hope is lost. Not all hope is lost, you see, on this program. Luckily, my fellow co-hosts here, they're able to tell you the truth. And the more the people learn the truth, the more we can fight it. The more we can fight it, we can push back. We push back, we save humanity. That is what this is all about. Because these policies and these destruction of men and women is all these people want. So if we push back with knowledge and destroy the fear, we got to destroy the fear. We
Destroy it.
Save not only America, we can save the world. We can take them to Mars. Elon wants to take the world to Mars. That's why humans are going to be multiplanetary all over. We have so much to do, but these people, we must be stopped. We must stop them.
Thanks, brother.
Do you
Always
see
some
what
great
happens?
insight.
Do you see what happens
What
When
when
you
you let
fucking-
Alex Jones comment?
when you fucking let Alex fight Alexandria in a fucking boxing match? Like, come on, bro. Let's stop this.
You know, I want to say shout out to Alex, though. He's been taking his vitamins, his little seaweed stuff he takes.
Hey, your mic's really low, buddy.
You know, Alex might have broken it.
It's a good point. He's very loud.
Yeah, dude. The mic's probably sitting there dying now. Like,
Dude, yeah, it's actually, oh my God, this cat. There's a cat on my mic cable. Hold up. There is
Oh, okay.
the cat's fucking it up.
Hey, it's
fucking
crazy
program.
because Alex has been on point this whole time, but was never on point about Sandy Hook, which I find kind of amusing.
Crazy. Unless we're about to learn something in the next 4 years, that like everything was.
Well, you never know.
Hey, you know what we'll probably learn something about with that is that Mandalay Bay shooter, because that makes no fucking sense.
I want so badly.
I want answers.
I want so badly to know.
Do you know what the other one I want answers about? Do you remember the BLM protests? I think it was in Dallas, right? When like a shooter started opening fire. Now, if you watch the video from that shooting, you hear a long gun, like a sniper, like basically a 308 being fired in the background. Then there's the guy on the ground. The guy on the ground. When I say like, there's a video of this guy. So imagine like a covered awning, like like with like Roman style pillars, if you will, or whatever kind of pillars holding it up. You have a cop hiding behind a pillar. He's firing shots at the dude, but this shooter was able to maneuver his way around the pillars. Like when I say this, like you can tell this person was in the military. You can tell flat out this person is military trained. He maneuvered around the pillars, then came up behind the cop, then shot him in the back of the head execution style. What? And then when it came down to is like we couldn't engage a shooter, so we sent a robotic bomb into the building where he was hiding. We can't show you the body though. Bro, since when do cops use the RCXD kill streak from Call of Duty? Think about that.
Dude.
Which, by the way, I want to say there was an epic kill cam that Trump uploaded showing ISIS and shit.
Was that the knife bomb or knife missile?
I don't know what I don't know my missiles like that, but let me tell you.
Was it on a vehicle? Because there was a new one where they used the
this was like Call of Duty kill cam
drone
strike. Like
that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like I'm saying, was it on a vehicle or was it on a balcony?
Oh, a vehicle, I suppose.
A vehicle? Okay, so there's a recent one where we just killed somebody with a knife missile again. When I say a knife missile, basically imagine a missile that comes in, does not explode, but what it does is it deploys 3-foot swords on the side of it. And basically just, you get me. It's gross.
Decapitates you?
It's fucking gross.
Awesome.
Yeah, like it's one of the it's a pinnacle of American air superiority and killing at long distance achievement.
Fucking America, baby. Love it.
Yeah, like one thing I've learned is when I hear about these little things, I always think about when I worked in aerospace, and they said, imagine like this doesn't really apply, but it's like they said, imagine I think I said this in the last podcast. Imagine the most advanced piece of technology you have that you can get your hands on. Picture of it 200 plus years more advanced. That's what these people have in their possession. And what it comes down to is if that's what they have in their possession, I'm highly interested to know what kind of bullshit they produce in the process that is just beyond like fathomable when it comes to creating death. That knife missile was a good one. I'm interested to see what we pull out of the woodwork soon.
If there's one thing America's good at, it's manufacturing death.
For real, we do it in the best numbers too. Like hell, we technically lose wars, but we kill 3 to 5 times the amount of casualties we suffer.
I think that's still enough of an achievement.
It really is, though. That I'm not knocking it. I'm not. Like it's it makes people think twice. I mean, look at the Battle of Conoco Fields, man. Like we literally squad wiped the Russian army and the Syrian army.
So Trump created a anti-Christian bias.
That's the thing. Like he's basically getting rid of separation of church and state and trying to feed this evangelical base little bits and pieces of little peanuts.
That's one way to view it, but you also do have to remember there has been an ongoing effort, and I am very not religious. I am an atheist, or what would be considered an atheist, I guess, but I don't preach it in front of people like how people consider it. I don't know. I just say non-religious. But there is an ongoing effort to undermine and destroy Christianity in this world. That has been going on.
Man, I have such mixed feelings about what you just said right there. Because the way I view it, I felt like we were really, 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 really uber super religious at one point in this country's history. Like, not very recently,
Yes.
too. Like, it's in my lifetime.
Yes.
And then that started to become overbearing. Like, it started getting in the way of things like rights and shit to that nature. So we started to dial it back. And we always lived by separation of church and state, but we didn't really practice it. So we started to dial it back a little bit. We started to be a little more open to other religions. And we started to be more open to freedom of picking that out. We stopped driving Christianity down everybody's throats as hard. And we started dialing it back to a point where we felt like, it was balanced. But then you ever feel like you're pushing something too heavy and you really can't stop it when it starts rolling? Well, when we started dialing it back, we just kept dialing it back. We didn't stop. We hit this balance.
Exactly.
And then we kept fucking going. You know what I'm saying? So, but it at where we were wasn't good either. So
no,
it feels like we're overcompensating for a prior problem.
Right.
I don't feel like it's so much. I don't think the effort in
it's the same type of issue with the whole social justice stuff and all that.
I don't think the effort in spirit was like Christianity bad, it needs to go away. I think the effort in spirit was Christianity shouldn't be so overbearing that you can't practice other religions openly, and you can't, and it becomes like
exactly
a controlling factor in like Christianity shouldn't be in laws, dude. It shouldn't be. It honestly shouldn't be like that. I'm a big thing. I'm sure you do too, because you're atheist. I have my beliefs, but I still have a big thing with separation of church and state. Like, I feel like that this country it's important that's a standard,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what the fuck I believe. I feel like that fairness is what makes this country work. So that I'm okay with, but it's starting to become too, like, I would say it's starting to move into the territory of like Christianity bad, which is not what I'm sure we were going for here.
Right. And like I said, the whole I still need to see the specifics because I've only seen bits and pieces from what people have said about it. I still need to see the exact specifics, but if it's just a full-on type of faith kind of protection agency, like for all of the religions, that's one thing. And they just are trying to focus on the current issue of Christianity being being considered the evil one right now type of thing. That's one thing. If it becomes like a full on just Christian organization, then yes, then that's a problem.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling, given the well, what we've been told since Trump decided to run again, it's going to become a problem.
Yeah, but look at even like all of his picks and everything so far. You can clearly say that his administration and everything is quite diverse.
I mean, you can say that, but they all have the same goal in mind: supporting President Trump.
Shouldn't you?
Absolutely fucking not.
That
What did you want?
that doesn't make sense. So you don't want your country to succeed?
No, let him elaborate that.
Well, I don't really have to. Absolutely fucking not. The man has already proven, well, once that his end game is not something that benefits Americans. It doesn't benefit me. It doesn't benefit the majority of Americans. As a matter of fact, well, we saw it with Reagan. We saw it with W. Bush. We saw it in all these other instances where the same policies were implemented with the same reasoning and how they failed miserably and how they ended up.
They weren't, though. That's
you can
give us more specifics. Give us more specifics because you're just giving general talking points that I hear all the time.
Okay, so do you know what Reagan's job was before he became president? Come on.
Radio actor?
He was a PR person whose job was to basically convincing poor people that they should give up certain rights to corporations. Then he became president, and well, he was a Democrat before he was a Republican. And then you know what? The reason why he flipped? Because he was offered an assload of money to flip. And they realized this man, he gets poor people to, well, go against their own interests. That is why Reagan became president. And what did he do? He said, okay, well, we're already in a recession.
It didn't have anything to do with the fact that he was a movie star too, right?
No, it really didn't.
I mean, because that fucking helped.
Okay, but he may have been a movie star, but his second job was working for General Electric to convince their employees to give up certain workers' rights to benefit the company and the idea of they would make more money, which they never did. And under Reagan, you saw wages stagnate. They never rose, even though profits rose. Like, you know, I'm kind of sitting here listening to the people questioning this. And I'm like, well, bro, like the numbers don't lie. But you do. And I do. But the numbers don't. And I can't lie about this. So what it comes down to, you had the same thing happen with Reagan, where wages stagnated, people got fucked over, the rich kept getting richer. Then you had Bush came in. Well, his presidency was so shitty, he got voted out over one term like Trump did. Oh, well, then you had W come in. Now, what did W do? He put the same policies in place that you see under Trump. And what did they lead us to? A recession. They led us to, well, the housing market crisis. All these things because regulations were lifted. Like, granted, like, look, I lean more right than I do like left. But the thing is I know stupid when I see it. Like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, you cannot deny the track record of individuals like this when they take control. I'm sorry. There's no arguing about it. Like, you can say whatever you want, but the numbers, the facts, and the history does not lie. What you have with President Trump right now, well, he told us what he was going to do. He told us what he was going to do from the beginning. He's going to cut more taxes for the rich, which is not good when you're in a deficit. He's going to raise the taxes on, well, the people making less than a certain amount of money a year. He thinks that's going to offset it, but so he knows that won't really work because of history. So what is he doing? He's trying to be like, okay, we're going to implement tariffs, but the problem is the American taxpayer, the American consumer is the one who pays the tariffs, not these other countries. And the problem is these corporations he's trying to affect don't give a fuck what they're going to do.
Using tariffs as like a negotiation tool.
I mean, listen, dude. But the problem is he didn't do that last time.
What but
he just did it.
A lot.
He literally just did it, and nothing already folded. What are you talking about?
Okay, we're not talking about Mexico
and Canada.
I don't think Canada folded.
Yeah,
Uh,
they did.
they did.
What they fold on?
Okay.
No.
Basically-
What is it?
Border, the
What is it that
Basically,
they folded on?
it was basically the same thing as Mexico. They had
Oh, so they wanted to
I
put
don't
10,000
remember-
troops at the border to stop the
I
flood
don't-
of drugs in the
You
United
believe
States?
they
I don't
fought-
remember the I think there was
Yeah,
more
but what was
intricacies
it?
to the
What was it?
detail.
What
But I
was it?
think the main point was
What
to
was
put
it?
Personnel at the
people
border.
at the border.
What?
The
Why?
border.
Nobody's coming in from Canada. Nobody.
Oh, that's
Canadians
not
don't want to come to
true.
the United States, bro.
That's not true.
Well, that's
Bro,
not
I
true.
just spent
You know,
an
the
hour and a
majority of
half
our
on the phone
entertainment
with a
industry is
and the
Canadian,
thing
right?
is, they look at us like they're fucking retards.
You know, the majority of our entertainment industry is Canadian, right?
Once again, why would Canadians try to come into this country illegally
Because
where they would not get health
You're
care, where
acting
they would
like
not
just
get a proper
Mexicans come from
education?
the Mexican border.
Like, are we going to go with the snow Mexican argument? I'm just asking. I've never met a Canadian that wanted to be American.
Do you think that not a single soul
That's probably not true.
crosses the Canadian border illegally?
You know what? I don't hear about it as much, so it must be not that many.
I mean, I can grant that it doesn't happen as much as maybe the crisis border down south, but
Well, what's the purpose of Canadians wanting to defect to the United States?
The same thing, bringing drugs and
What?
I can think of a few, not many
Which
that
ones?
are legal.
What is it? I'd like to know because, like, you know, I'd also like to ask a Canadian who, you know, like to see what they say. But when it comes down to,
if you're smuggling anything, you want
yeah, but like the majority of
one
Canadians
caught.
aren't smuggling anything. Do you know how hard it is for an American to get into Canada, though?
What do you mean? Yeah,
It's not easy.
It would be the. It would.
It is
listen,
not
it's a,
easy for an American to cross
it's a
the border
border.
legally
It would
into Canada.
be the same if somebody wanted to legally cross that border from our side. It would. Be
I
the
said
same.
legally.
Oh no, legally is different.
Do you know how hard it is for an American to get into Canada?
Probably as hard as it is to get.
No,
into
it's a
any
lot
other
harder.
country.
A lot harder.
Okay.
Because somebody in Canada can come here. Well, you know, like they can have like something as simple as like a petty drug possession, et cetera, because of how our border is. Whereas Canada, bro, if you've ever had a DUI, if you have ever had a domestic, if you have ever fucking had the minorest of charges, you cannot get in there.
So wait, you're saying I get what you're saying. It's harder for an American to cross into Canada
Legally, not illegally.
legally.
Yes.
I get what you're saying. Than it is for a
the
Canadian
blue-haired EDM fat
to
fuck.
for a Canadian to come into. So it's easier for a Canadian to get into the American country, right?
Yeah.
And you don't see the fucking problem in that.
But here's the thing: if you look at a country like England, though, like I'm trying to think of an example, like let's say we're talking about like, I mean, somebody like P Money from England, like, you know, a grime artist, whatever. He couldn't come here just because of his record. Now, me as an American citizen, I can go to England, but somebody from England with their criminal record cannot travel here. The system's a bit broken, but the thing is that I still am asking the question, what is it that we cause Canada to cave to? What demands were we asking to be met?
We wanted people at the border. I'm sure there was more to that.
Yeah, but the
main thing is we wanted people at that border.
I don't think that had anything to do with Canada. Can you pull that up to find out?
Give me 1 second.
Please do. I'm not trying to argue. I just don't think that doesn't make sense.
I'm pretty sure that's what that was, but give me a second because I gotta re-upload the stream on Instagram.
Because I'm pretty sure we have a pretty solid amount of people on the border.
Yes.
On both sides.
No. Okay, so they wanted a more secure border because from Canada there is a huge fentanyl and drug trafficking trade going on.
Really?
Yes.
Slender, since trying to fix this stream. Do you have like the intricacies of that deal?
The deal itself. Let me see if I can find that. I have a summary.
I know
So,
100% it had to do with the border.
I have a summary of it. We wanted to strengthen the border security and immigration controls. We wanted them to take decisive action against drug trafficking, particularly fentanyl. Address trade imbalances and open markets further to U.S. goods. Align with the U.S. policies against Chinese influence, and the tariff itself is a threat to leverage that. It's also broader trade negotiations.
I mean, you know what? Now that you said that out loud, that sounds pretty acceptable. But so I'm assuming, I mean, since Mexico has their own fentanyl trade, I'm assuming the Chinese run through Canada.
I would assume they probably run through both, honestly.
Well, yeah, with that TikTok thing I posted in the group chat, who knows? Because, like, you know, if you have lines of Chinese individuals piling through this little tiny gap that has been identified on TikTok and then directing people to it, it's makes sense. Like, let's get real here, though. I know we touched on this last time. I fucking hate TikTok. I fucking hate TikTokers. Like, I'm so sick of hearing about freedom of speech and this and that when it has nothing to do with that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, like literally, I'm literally sitting there like, you guys realize you have plenty of platforms where you have freedom of speech, right?
Wait,
like pretty much Elon Musk is over here begging you to actually log on to X. Like, come on, dude.
Also make your own platform.
Hey, man.
Honestly, it was about buying TikTok.
That was part of it. There was a lot of things behind it, but yeah.
They wanted TikTok.
That was part of it.
Yep. And honestly,
we wanted TikTok for the algorithm.
We had covered this in earlier episode, but like, you don't necessarily want that country in control of that user data, no matter what it is.
Exactly. I was on that podcast. That's exactly what I said.
Although I do have to say, like, are we that worried when the majority of TikTok users that migrated to Red Note ended up just kind of leaving Red Note because they realized how based China is?
They did that, or they became communists.
They already thought they were communists, and then they found out what real communism is.
You know what? You're on to something. You're on to something, buddy.
Besides that, though, like, with the Red Note being what it was, like, it doesn't mean that you can't alter your messages on the TikTok platform to make them more digestible to the Western audience, and still get those ideas across. So it's a propaganda platform. I agree with that platform. Probably should be American.
Like I think TikTok should be bought out. Like, I'm sorry, like, there's no reason why we should be handing Chinese companies and the CCP our data. And on top of that, well, we still don't really understand the program. We don't understand what its actual purpose is, because, well, guess what? I don't believe it's a purpose like for sharing funny memes and videos. I'm pretty sure it's like a backdoor to our mobile networks.
That's why I don't have it on my phone.
I don't have it on my phone. And the one thing I can say is this. Well, soon after, we were talking about that TikTok ban, there was a government, when I say like a news article or a news broadcast about how 80 to 90% of America's infrastructure is infected by Chinese malware now. 80 to 90%. Bro, and that only happened over the past little bit. You also have to think you have American soldiers sitting there in countries they can't even name to their family. posting on TikTok, giving the Chinese their location, who they are, their data, etc., etc., etc. It's unacceptable. It's not. It's just unacceptable.
That was why I did agree with the ban, or for them to sell it for it to be American owned.
Absolutely, 100%. But like, who's stepped up to do that? Anybody?
A lot of people.
U.S. government will spy on you instead.
A lot of people.
Yeah, I'd rather my own government spy on me than the well. I don't think I can use that term on this program.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Good discipline. Good discipline.
Yeah.
You got a good discipline.
Discipline. I paint your now. I paint your now red, white, and blue.
Let me see if I'm looking at any more current events. I almost wanted to fucking call Pops and ask him if he knew anything updated on that USAID thing. Yeah, it looks like that's.
I'm sure we'll be hearing more about that in the coming days.
Dude, Pops is going fucking off about it. These guys, he basically sounded like Mr. Jones here earlier. It was... Oh, man, what was the update on the Gaza situation?
We're gonna turn it into beachfront property.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, you mean what was the actual plan that was?
Yeah.
So everybody had the misconception that, and the way he phrased it did sound like that was what the plan was going to be, that they were going to do it more of like a military operation. America was going to directly own the Gaza Strip. But no, they clarified it's not about America. Like, it's not America going to directly own. America is going to work with the regional businesses, regional areas for them to rebuild the Gaza Strip and everything under the insight of America, under the supervision of America, basically.
Is that still what Hamas existed there?
So we're talking about AmeriGaza?
Kind of, because it's still going to be the regional areas around it that are doing the actual rebuilding and everything. America's just going to be basically like, yeah.
AmeriGaza.
We'll see how it goes.
It feels very Iraqi.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Feels muddy Fallujah.
So, but is that still with Hamas in the picture?
Hamas is still in the picture?
I mean, would that be with Hamas still in the picture? Is that their plan?
I thought they all died.
Yeah, right. They breed like roaches.
As funny as that was, no, they didn't all die. All the important ones did for a little while. But they
just to make more important ones, which turn into more targets.
It's hard to build. It's hard to destroy terrorist organizations that are built on a religious prospect.
For real.
Yeah, but they were in charge of the government over there. You know what I'm saying?
Not anymore.
But it remains that way. Is what I'm asking.
Doubtful. I don't see how they would remain in leadership.
You trying to protect your dog's identity, monkey? Let me see that boy.
What, Lana?
Somewhere in the background there, I see a tail wagging.
Yeah, it's Lana. Lana's over here doing Lana things.
I mean, unless they're under new leadership or something, and the new person in charge is like, well, I know not to, test the I know not to fuck around and find out like my predecessors did.
That would be my hope. They got a lot of shit to rebuild over there. That fucking place is like basically a parking lot.
It really is.
Like they fucking completely fucked it. Fucked it. No lube.
They just need to get a Bucky's over there, and everything will be fine.
Yes.
Hey, that's a great idea, Sir Slender. That's a great idea.
KFC and the Gaza Strip coming soon.
Bucky's Fallujah too. Like Bucky's seem to be everywhere now that I think about it. Like I don't know, I passed by a couple on my way here. Apparently, seems like a nice place.
It is. It can get crowded though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have their fair share of lot lizards around too, right?
Oh, about that.
I don't know, man. Like Bucky seems like it's kind of sketchy at the same time as it being nice. You know, like it's kind of like an upper class horror truck stop, kind of like a Spearmint Rhino of trucking companies.
Dude, as long as they have those fucking brisket sandwiches, I don't give a fuck.
They have brisket sandwiches.
Them brisket sandwiches slap,
Yeah,
boy.
they have all kinds of things there.
You ever been
They
inside
also
a
have all
Buc-?
kinds of jerkies.
They have jerky.
All kinds of
much
jerkies.
So
Let me
much
get-
jerky.
Wait, are they like $20?
You've never
bag?
been inside a Bucky's, bro?
No.
Fresh brisket on the board, dude. It's so amazing. It's like a cult. It's like a brisket cult, a brisket jerky cult.
Is it really?
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
it's like a Walmart gas
I'm
station.
going.
bro.
I'm looking. I'm googling it right now to find.
It's like
it.
it's like a redneck Walmart gas
Like
station.
if I could,
bro. It's
if I could leave my. Okay, so if you guys haven't heard, West Virginia has been, well, just completely flooded. So, like I have like 2 feet of water on my street right now. It gets worse down by the end of the road by the mailbox. So I cannot get off my hill. Like I'm on a big hill in my neighborhood.
Natural
I'm the only one
disaster.
who's...
You'll be expecting your $750 in the mail soon enough.
Wait, what?
Now I'm saying natural disaster. You'll expect $750.
Bro, like no lie, my neighbor's house below me. Like if I look across the street, like the creek is behind his house, and like bro, the water level is so high on that thing, it's coming to his bottom floor, and it's about up to his tool bench.
God damn.
Like luckily I don't have to worry about that, but now the bottom of the road is being flooded out, and I'm worried I'm gonna get fired from my job tomorrow because I'm gonna have to be like, hey, look, I cannot leave my house. Like I'm proper fucked. Like, so, but yeah, like I need to find out where a Bucky's is now. I'm looking it up immediately. I need that brisket.
Yes. Dude, that brisket is fire. I got all my barbecue tools from there. I go to a Bucky's every year because they have one in Daytona. That's where the Rockville Festival is. Love that fucking place, bro.
Well, I'm looking
Like a mini theme park of a gas station.
It is.
Okay, so I have one. Oh damn! No fucking way. I have one on. Where is it? Oh my god! There's one very close.
There you go.
Richmond, Kentucky. Directions. How long? 2 hours and 45 minutes into Lexington. It's right outside
Worth it.
Lexington. Let's
It's
go.
worth it.
Let's go.
Worse.
So worth it.
Oh damn! I didn't realize it was that close.
You're
I
gonna
thought I
spend,
had to go. I thought I'd have to go to like that place that doesn't exist called Ohio.
You're gonna spend like 20 minutes there and be out there with like $300 worth of shit.
How it goes.
Real quick, bro. Especially if you like barbecuing and shit. Oh man.
Just realized what's in the corner of my fucking little video box.
Let's see here. I think
It's fine here. This is a mature show.
We're all
Yeah.
adults here.
you can put your sex toy away, dude.
It's away.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah, you cover it the shemagh. We're good.
Oh, aren't they? They're moving. That was the other part of that fucking Gaza thing. They're trying to get They're trying to relocate the Palestinians while they do
Oh,
this.
right. Yeah.
Oh,
I
did
did
they
hear
say
about
they
that.
weren't going to do that or
I,
something?
I believe they walked that one back. But I have to double check, but I believe they did walk that back.
Were they relocating to Egypt?
Dude, they were fucking asking countries like, "Yo, hey, y'all can y'all take in some Palestinians for a little bit while we fix
I think
the
it's
fucked
all.
up
I think it's
country?"
also just a temporary relocation.
Yeah, it was.
I think they're just trying to find somewhere that they can easily just stay while they fix the place up.
somewhere to
It might
couch
still be
crash for a
going
while.
on.
Well, I
Right.
don't think they really even care. So like, they just want to get rid of whoever they want to get rid of because if there's any nation of people you can't trust, yeah.
Although you do have to kind of ask yourself, why does none of their neighboring countries want to take them in?
It's very.
It might be. It might have to do with the fact that the last time that happened, there was a coup that got ran on the government that took them in.
Oh yes, that's right.
What country was that?
Jordan.
Yep.
Ah, you're right.
Is right. That is right. That's exactly what happened.
He's actually correct. Like, yeah.
Technically correct.
I gotta go grab a charger. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, a lot of people forget that little detail. It's really hard to relocate people that'll just overthrow your government. So that's a tough pickle. They gotta basically work around them.
Mm-hmm.
I would have said, maybe Egypt, but I don't think they would go down that route either. They fucking asked Spain, dude. And Spain was like, yeah, nah, I'm good on that.
I'm sure if they ask the UK will accept.
Yeah, they love those guys over there.
All right.
I'm looking. Signs order sanctioning international criminal court. What? He's sanctioning the ICC? For what?
I haven't heard about that yet.
President Trump will sign an executive order sanctioning the ICC on Thursday over what the White House describes as biased attacks on U.S. and Israel. The executive order will impose financial and visa sanctions on anyone assisting the ICC in investigating U.S. citizens or allies.
I need one at least.
The ICC issued arrest warrants for Prime Minister Ben Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for alleged war crimes in Gaza. Interesting. The U.S. will also impose visa restrictions on ICC officials and their family members who assist in investigations of U.S. or allies, according to NBC. That's an NBC stat.
Interesting.
So he's sanctioning the ICC over Israel, basically over Israel. Because I can't see any other that didn't have jack shit to do with us. I guess that must be a part of their deal with Izzy and those ceasefire talks. Like, hey, play ball over here.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. This popped up. We were about the USAID and Politico. So, what Politico, their primary focus for the past, I don't know how many years now, if you heard about Gamergate and Gamergate 2. Their primary focus was turning that into into the harassment and disinformation campaign. They were being paid by the government to do that.
What?
Yeah, so they're the ones trying to promote wokeness in our video games.
Oh yeah, USAID, whatever was in on that too.
USAID was fucking my video games up?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what Politico was focusing on with the funding that they got from them.
So I was paying taxpayer money to not like my video games?
Yes.
Yeah, you were.
We all were.
All right, now Doge, we need to get this shit together. All right, I like this. Expose this shit now. Maybe I'll have a good Call of Duty next time.
No, you won't.
So some Blizzard
Call of Duty is basically.
Hey, Call of Duty's problems are not based on wokeness; it's based on their lack of game.
Listen, we're getting rid of DEI in the game industry. We'll get rid of wokeness in the game industry.
The problem with it is the fact that it's been ingrained for so long now that a lot of the high level people, other than like the super top levels that only care about money and the profits that they get, a lot of the high level people that deal with the hiring and everything are very ingrained in the ideology. That's why indie is basically the saving grace right now.
Yeah, indie games have been massively improved. I've been on the PS5 a lot these days. Indie games, man. I would not sleep on them. Let's see something real quick. Before we go, we'll have a little segment of conversations with my MAGA father.
That's a good segment.
Awesome segment.
Yes, it is.
Hello.
Hey.
Damn,
What's up?
What's up, bro?
What's up?
I got a question. Can you explain to me, like I'm like ignorant, what's going on with this USAID shit?
You haven't like been on that, man. I didn't tell you about it. Yeah, I told you about that already. Come on, man. USAID is a fucking scam. It's supposed to originally have been for exactly what it said. To help the rest of the world. However, not to give Gaza $100 or a fucking $1 million for rubbers, not to give Uganda fucking help with their fucking lesbian program or whatever. It's just some ridiculous shit in that stuff. Basically, them taking our fucking tax dollars and throwing it the fuck away. That's what that fucking shit was. Do you know that Chelsea Clinton made $85 million on it? Do you know that they funded the media?
That I didn't know. They funded Politico, bro.
They funded Politico. They funded the New York Times. They funded a bunch of fucking media outlets.
They funded AOC.
They funded George Soros, bro. They funded the Black Lives Matter fucking riots. They funded a bunch of shit. They funded the impeachment of Donald Trump in 2019. It is a fucking sick organization that's being demolished.
Bro, I saw some shit about they were having like gay parades in Colombia.
Harry, turn this down a minute.
They were having like gay parades or transgender operas in Colombia.
Yeah, bro, they're funding all kinds of fucked up shit. That's really not funding those things. They're putting the money in their fucking pockets, but that hasn't come out yet. But it will.
We're getting there.
Oh, we're definitely getting there. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, because they still haven't gone into the Internal Revenue Service, the fucking
Exactly.
all the money that they're fucking give. Oh, man, there's so much more shit.
To put it in a
So much
numbers
more shit coming.
perspective, USAID is 1% of the government budget.
Right. So that's just like I said, the tip of the iceberg.
1%.
That's just the tip of the iceberg.
So what was this about? Maybe you have a better understanding. What was this about? They were funding terrorist organizations.
They were funding terrorist organizations as well.
Which ones?
So they weren't directly funding them. They were funding organizations and stuff that had ties to terrorist organizations.
Do we know which ones, or just?
Let me see.
Afghanistan.
I know it was mostly Middle Eastern, but that from the countries listed. But I think there might have been other ones. I don't think they specified exactly what actual organizations.
Okay.
Dude, to find out about this, all you have to do is go on X. Because millions of fucking people on X are so fucking pissed off about this. And the ones that are pissed off, the ones that are really pissed off about Elon finding this shit are the Democrats. Because they did all their dirty shit through USAID.
I would say not just the Democrats. There's a few on the Republican and I would say centrist and libertarian side as well.
Hey, I'm sure there is, because there's a lot of Republicans that ain't really Republicans.
The rhinos.
Just starting with Mitch McConnell, okay?
See, but that's what Republicans have always been. They've always these corrupt pieces of shit.
So what I like to say is those are Republicans.
Those are the OG Republicans.
I would say those are the actual Republicans.
Yeah.
The Republican Party now, like the Trump Party, is a completely different thing than what a Republican is.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. 100%.
That's why I think
weeded out.
That's why I call it, there's like this distinction. We call them MAGA Republicans.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't even call them MAGA Republic. I would just call them MAGA at this point because there's a bunch of Democrats in here, libertarian. Like I'm a libertarian and I'm technically MAGA at this point and everything. Like,
libertarians are pissed off about this shit too.
MAGA centrist.
Oh yes.
I am MAGA centrist, bro.
Why are you not?
I'm enjoying the start of this presidency.
And when you look, the people that are outraged about this shit that they're doing, the people that are outraged with Elon Musk for going through this and auditing this shit are the ones that are fucking implemented. Those are the ones that are making the most out of it. They're all all going batshit crazy.
I saw they got into a little Twitter. He got into a little Twitter war with Liz Cheney.
Mm-hmm.
What scumbag that is. She's implemented in the shit too.
Yep.
I refer you to my X feed because I've been posting so much shit on that.
I see what you text me all the time. That's how I build my notes. It's more the entertainment value of hearing you explain it.
Oh, okay. The entertainment value of hearing me explain it. In a nutshell, the government's fucked up and they're being exposed. The system that they had is not going to be. It's not going to be because they're taking a wrecking ball to it. And everybody's going to see how corrupt the government has been since probably the 40s. I know definitely since the 60s.
We're also probably going to get Epstein's list, dude. That lady So we're going to get Epstein's list.
Yep,
believe it,
Epstein's
too.
list is coming. You
I
can
think-
guarantee that because Pam Bondi's on that.
Pam Bondi. There you go. Pam Bondi. Yeah.
Pam, Pam Bondi's ready to let. I mean, think about this. There's one dick in Congress that doesn't want to expose that list. His name is Dick Durbin.
Dick Durbin.
Wonder why? Wonder why?
Pedophile.
Hmm.
What?
Yep.
What? Fuck him up.
Oh man. Okay. I saw the women's sports executive order today.
Yeah.
About
Did you know that it goes a little further than just that? Like the Olympic teams do not have men and women's sports when they come here in 2028.
Yeah.
So they're gonna just like not let them in the country.
Why?
Yeah, he's having HHS. What's her name? That's over there. The lady from the government that's running that now. I forget her name right off the top of my head. She was the governor of South Dakota. Nome.
Okay.
Christy Nome. Okay, he's having Christy Nome make sure that he's pulling their passports to any transgenders that come in to compete in the Olympics in 2028.
God damn.
Oh yeah,
So
I mean,
they won't be allowed to come into the.
they won't be able to come into the country. Period.
Wow. So he's straight up just fucking flat banning that.
Yep.
Wow.
Done. There's two genders, man, male and female.
Yeah,
So-
he's giving them the ultimate choice here. If you try and bring any of your athletes that come that aren't, following the rules, are not just going to come at all.
Male and female. The insanity is over.
I can't believe it took an executive order to get here.
Yeah.
Like this, I was saying earlier, this feels like, the explanation of why they put warning labels on the gel packets and beef jerky.
Yeah.
Because I can't believe we got here.
And yes, terrorists, bro, terrorists. Let's see.
Yo, I got a question on that front. There was a conversation I was having earlier. We were talking about the Canadian border and the Mexico border, and like what was going on with the tariff thing there. What is it? What is it that America was expecting out of Canada that made like what was the
For them to control the border crossings and for them to control the fentanyl coming into the country from Canada.
And what did Canada ended up doing? Because they ended up dropping the trade. The
They-
tariffs.
No, what ended up happening is they put the tariffs on pause for 30 days because Canada agreed to have a fentanyl czar, like we have Tom Homan as the border czar. They're going to implement a fentanyl czar to control that substance from coming into this country. That's what they agreed to. That's why there's a pause right now.
So there's was there a mobilization of troops to that border?
No, there was a mobilization of troops to the Mexican border.
Okay.
There's 10,000 troops going to the Mexican border. I don't know what Canada's done yet because I haven't heard. But I did have an argument with a Canadian the other night.
Oh, how'd that go? What was that about?
Oh, that was just wonderful. The guys thought he's so clever that, that we can't survive without their country. And actually, I have to inform him that the energy pipeline comes through our country to their country. It actually comes in our country, then goes out to their country. So we can actually cut them off from energy, and they'd be fucked. So all the fucking bullshit that they could say about, oh, they're not going to let us sell stuff over there, and we need their minerals and all that bullshit, buddy, we can cut off your petroleum. We can cut off your oil. We can cut off your gas consumption. We can cut off your energy to your country.
Don't we purchase
And we can
more,
get minerals in Greenland. Okay.
yeah, but don't we purchase more gas from them than do us?
Do we purchase more gas from them than they do us?
No, Joe Biden purchased more gas from them. We're going to start drilling our own fucking gas.
We're not using that argument. I'm just asking, like I don't think that that's the case. I don't think it's ever been the case, to be honest, because Calgary, Alberta, Canada is one of the largest oil reserves.
You do realize that their pipeline, their oil
pipeline that they were pumping down to us, Keystone, that they were going to pump oil from Canada to us.
Yeah, no, not the Keystone pipeline.
No, not the Keystone pipeline. The pipeline that goes into Canada.
Oh, the Keystone
goes
pipeline
into the United States.
Yeah, like
it goes through the United States.
Yeah, but aren't those companies that are pumping oil from the United States to Canada also Canadian owned? You know, because that was the Keystone pipeline. It was Canadian owned, and so are the majority of the other ones.
So
if they're on our land and if they're they own that land, they can pump that fucking oil as much as they want. If we shut it down, that could be considered, well, not very good.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying they're going to shut it down, but they can.
They could, but are they?
Because it comes through our land.
Okay, are they willing to do that to prove a minuscule point?
No.
And to make
to
make the mental midgets clap their hands?
I think that's bad diplomacy. I think he was just having an argument with the Canadian and a hip.
Yeah, I was definitely just having an argument with the Canadian. I'm not saying Trump's going to do that shit, but that was
I don't think he would, because that'd be fucking us over. In the end, I feel like when it comes to both countries, Mexico and Canada, we're literally fucking ourselves. I mean, yeah, granted, we got a few extra troops on the border. Well, you're actually. You just got 10,000 cartel members on your border now.
Yeah, but listen, the bottom line to that argument is, Canada isn't the stronger party in that argument. We may be buddies with them and everything, but their military doesn't compare to ours. So any argument where they think they got a bigger dick than we do is out the window.
Yeah, but that really doesn't matter, because when you fuck with Canada, what's going to happen is you're basically going to be going to war with,
war? What war? It's Canada.
Huh?
Man, I'm not trying to start wars. I'm just saying, bro.
Well,
we actually live real good without needing Canada for anything, really. I mean,
really?
At the end of the day, if we have to survive without Canada, we certainly can.
I'm sure we could, but how would it impact people like you and me?
I don't think it would be that big of an impact.
Oh, so you also don't think, in that case, just question, you also don't think implementing.
But we got people living on the land in Alaska. Doesn't impact them for shit.
Yeah, I know.
We got people living on the land.
Yeah, that's all well and good.
They kill their own food. They buy
but listen. That's all well and good. But is that what you want to do for your life? I think you're pretty comfortable going to store.
If worse comes to worse, and I got to live on the land, I got plenty of seafood.
You're willing to go that route because a psychopath controlling our government says you should.
No, dude, nobody's gonna do that. I'm just fucking saying. If we had to, we can.
Yeah, I'm sure we could.
Okay.
But
I mean, before there was any settlers here. Hey, before there was any settlers here, and before we were even the United States of America, The Indians lived on the land very well. Okay?
Yeah, but
So
is that the life you want to live in the name of Orange Man?
dude, listen. Nobody's saying that because Orange Man is not stupid. Okay?
He's pretty fucking stupid.
No, he's not stupid at all. That's the mistake everybody makes.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd have to
his
disagree
politics
with
show
you.
a different
Everybody
story.
makes. The motherfucker
That's a
is
common
not
misconception.
stupid at all.
I mean,
It is
the
a common
policies show a
misconception.
different story. The numbers don't lie.
What do you mean? The numbers and policies.
We've already went over the
even from
numbers
his
before. We're
previous
not doing it
term.
again.
Why not,
Like,
bro?
when?
We're on podcast.
Listen,
Because-
man, let me explain something to you. If Van Jones, the little sissy leftist over at CNN,
Okay.
can like suck it up
Okay.
and admit on live TV
All right. So we're
that
blaming
Donald
CNN for
Trump
something.
is much smarter than him or a lot of other people, you gotta give it a little bit of thought.
I mean, I don't really think a C student is very smart to me.
A what?
Well,
Van Jones.
I don't know, man.
What did
I
you
don't know,
What
he
did you say? A what?
He's pretty smart to me. He seems
I mean-
pretty fucking smart to me.
I mean, doesn't seem
Everything
smart
he
to me at
does
all,
comes out
considering we've
golden.
already seen what his policies have done.
Yeah, we had a large economic
Yeah.
growth until COVID hit.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
gonna go back to that. Okay.
Yeah, we've seen exactly
that's
what his
literally what
policies did.
Yeah, but we can't
Before-
deny the fact the
before
same
USA
policies. Okay, well that
By
doesn't.
the way,
like, look.
USAID also had something to do with that. Did you know that?
Oh, USA.
You know they're
Oh,
funding-
okay.
Did you know
I
they're
know, I know.
funding gain of function
Hey,
research?
let's just call it like it is instead of saying USAID. Let's just say Jews because it sounds better.
Oh my God!
Say what?
Whoa.
Dude, say what? What
He
is
said
it?
it's the J's fault.
Wow.
USAID. What did you want to call it?
No, he's
Hmm.
making a joke.
JEWS.
Well,
Look, you can
they
see
say
the
that
look.
this program does
Hold
not
on, you can
associate
see the look on
itself-
my face. You can see the look on my face. I'm
Why?
totally not serious with what I'm saying. But
All right,
that's what
Marjorie
it sounds
Taylor
like.
Greene.
that's literally what it sounds like. You know, every time I hear somebody blaming this and that on actual policies that were enforced, not just by Donald Trump, by George W., and by Ronald Reagan, that all failed.
they were similar, but
But did they all
there's
fail?
nuance
What failed under
differences.
Reagan? What are
Look,
you saying
Ron-
failed under Reagan?
Reagan's economic policy didn't fail. It just had it was criticized for favoring the rich.
So therefore, it failed. It failed the
It's not
majority of Americans.
failing.
Did it fail the majority of Americans?
I don't.
That's subjective.
I didn't
It's
see
not
it that
subjective.
way.
Did it?
I mean,
What?
I actually was probably y'all's age when Reagan was president. I didn't see it that way. I thought it was
Well-
very successful.
You thought it was successful. So you thought stagnating wages.
In
was
fact,
successful.
I printed his fucking. I remember printing the signs for his campaign over at Dynaprint, Rick.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but what it comes
Okay.
down to is the fact that when it comes to Reagan, like we discussed earlier, his whole job, his whole point, the only reason why he ran
That's
Republican.
completely different than Trump's policies and rhetoric and everything. Though.
Actually,
So
it's
trying
not.
to equate that.
Is it creating a deficit that causes inflation? Yes or no?
Is Trump creating a deficit that's causing
Yeah.
inflation?
Yeah.
Have we seen that yet?
Yeah, we already saw it the past 4 years.
Really?
We saw a deficit.
Oh, okay.
The past
In
4
case,
years,
hold on,
when-
in case you don't understand, which I'm like, let's get real here. I'm almost positive it's not one of those things where, you know, most people get because they don't think like this. But when do you see a president's policies take place? Because I can tell you it's not during his presidency. The results
Depends
of
on
his
the policy.
policy, the results of his policies take place in the next 4 years.
So are we blaming Trump for Biden's term? Is that
That's
what you're
not
saying?
entirely true.
No, it kind of is, because look what happened when Reagan got out of office.
That's another common misconception.
Who had the shitty presidency when Reagan got out of office?
Another common misconception.
Who had the shitty presidency when Reagan got out of office?
Misconception.
Bush.
Dude, that's not entirely true, because
now,
like for the last 4 years, it's been complete shit.
I mean, the unemployment rates were lower. The economy was booming.
Well, I've had 2 jobs. I've contributed.
What economy is booming, bro? When the
well, if you, I'm sorry, but this is another situation where if you look at the numbers,
if you
and I know
the economy is booming, but when you look at the numbers from
Democrats that say that the economy is
was not.
Where the fuck are you guys
first
living?
off, I'm not a Democrat.
Okay, but that's what they've been telling us for the last 4 years, that the economy is great. But I don't see it.
I mean, my gas prices were like $2.13.
Excuse me?
My gas prices were like $2.13. I was making money. I was getting taxed. Well, since I have state tax now, was getting taxed about the same amount from when I was living in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, and on top of that, well, it's been much easier to get a job. Like, people were making money. Like, you can look at the stock market and see that it was growing and growing and growing. Well,
that shit was growing.
No, but like, here's the thing. I keep hearing, no, but here's the thing. What it comes down to is this, is you had, well, Obama's presidency, you had Trump riding those coattails, but when Trump got out of office, you've seen everything fall apart. That is exactly what you saw with George W. Bush when he lifted the same regulations and imposed
you actually deal with stocks?
Policies.
Because I do. And I can tell you no, you are wrong about that.
Okay, you can say that, but the numbers don't lie.
Listen,
because you're looking at a skewed version of it.
Doing anything with all the money they're throwing away to other fucking countries for fucking bullshit. That's why the economy sucks.
Yeah, but we've done that. But we've done that for how many years, though?
You've done that for the last fucking 60.
Okay,
so how good is the economy gonna be?
And yet our economy was doing great. Our economy did great under Obama.
Well, we also had that.
That's subjective.
Yeah, it's not really subjective.
I was working at a fucking nursing home during Obama's presidency. Yeah, the economy was fucking great.
If the economy did good,
I mean, it was pretty goddamn good, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's subjective.
Wait, but if the economy did good under Obama,
yeah,
but that would have been a result of the presidency beforehand.
No, it would, no.
Isn't that
was the argument?
No. Hold on.
What's the argument?
No, I see your argument, and I'm going to point out where you failed at it, because that was a failed troll.
No, this was your argument. He's just using your own argument.
That was a straw man that he presented, because guess what? Hold on. Hey, can you stop? Can you stop trying to dominate a conversation when you're wrong? I'll wait till you're done.
Now you have to call people wrong like
that. I'll wait till you're done. Just go on. Keep saying what you need to say to build yourself up.
I'm not saying anything. I was waiting.
Okay, so let's go back to the subject. What did I say? When I said, when do you see the results of the next president's policies?
In the next 4 years.
Okay, so you saw a recession in the next 4 years, monkey. You're doing a great job of shooting yourself in the foot. So you see a recession in the next 4 years, right? You see the housing market crash, everything. Our economy was in shambles. But then
the market doesn't count, bro. Listen, real Americans, like fucking normal people, don't invest in the stock market. Not everybody.
Yeah. But also, it doesn't really matter. I'm talking about the housing market, not the stock market, buddy. So what it comes down to, you had the economy in shambles. You had the stock market crashing, or housing market like failing. You had the exact situation with inflation, like we just saw after Trump got out. So what happened after the next 4 years? We were dug out of a hole. And that's what Obama's presidency was famous for. Digging us out of a hole George W. Bush created.
Well, George W. Bush wasn't a great fucking president either.
Well, neither is Donald Trump, obviously.
Dude, Donald Trump is fucking eons above fucking
Eons
Bush.
Above. That's why he had to lose an election and try and overthrow a government.
Buddy, Buddy, listen, why don't you judge him after this 4 years, okay?
I
Because
don't-
right now he's
Oh,
doing
yeah, but-
a fucking
Still with the
public
insurrection
service.
stuff. Ugh.
Right now he's doing a public service by having the smartest man in the fucking world.
Are you
who's
talking about the
also
autistic
richest
guy,
man in
Elon
the
Musk,
fucking
who
world.
is a pedophile?
Excuse me?
Pedophile
Wow,
Musk?
that is some much slander right there.
Well,
Who's a
it's not.
pedophile?
It's not false because how old was Grimes when he started fucking her?
Who is the pedophile, dude?
How old was Grimes when Elon Musk started grooming her and fucking her?
Who?
Grimes, his baby mother. How old was she when he started grooming her and then touching her in the pants?
Dude, how is that relevant to fucking
No,
economics?
they're saying smartest man in the world. No, he's not the smartest man in the world. He's an autistic cunt.
Okay. He
Like-
must be real fucking smart because he sure is the richest man in the world.
Well, he
And
may
you
be the
don't do
richest
that by
man in the
being
world because he
stupid.
took daddy's money and bought out people's things and then tried to pretend like it's his
You
own.
still don't do
Dude, he
that by
lost his
being
fucking
stupid.
dad when he was a kid.
What?
He lost his money that he was originally given
So then how'd he buy Tesla, bro?
because he's that smart. He made money.
He's that smart, so he made that
Dude,
many
the guy was
billions.
living in other people's fucking houses for I don't know how long.
You might want to read up on him before you start with all
I'm
this.
not really interested. Like,
how much you? Well, you can't really talk about him then if you're going to not
well,
actually
that-
read up
that-
on
like,
his
so
history and
then I
everything
should-
like that.
then
How he
I
got
should
there?
probably so then I should be probably sucking Drake's dick too, huh?
No, who the hell? What?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What
like,
is
if
with
we're
this
gonna
false equivalency?
if we're gonna be bigging up pedophiles like this and like weirdos and like blah blah blah, we might as well just say
Dude, we're gonna
Drake's
see
kid.
who all the pedophiles are real fucking soon. Don't worry.
Oh, you mean like Donald Trump, like using Lolita One to fly around with? Yeah, I
He's
get
a
it. I get it.
fucking pedophile. Bro, you are ridiculous, bro.
Wait, didn't he
You
say he
are
wanted to
really
fuck his daughter?
ridiculous.
Didn't he say he wanted to
No.
fuck his
What?
daughter?
No, he didn't.
He didn't. He didn't say it on national television that anybody can
No.
listen to.
You're insane,
Go pull it
bro.
up.
Where do you get
Go pull
your
it up what he said.
information?
He
Where
said,
do you get your
"If my
information?
daughter wasn't my daughter, if I wasn't married and my daughter wasn't my daughter, well, yeah, that's what he said." Like-
okay.
What? It's on national television.
I guess he's probably saying that his daughter is very fucking
We also have him saying Jeffrey Epstein is a terrific guy. He's into younger women like I am.
Hell yeah, I'm into younger women too.
What do you
Yeah,
so-
but we know what kind of
what?
younger women Jeffrey Epstein was
So
into.
what? How is that the same thing as fucking feeling up little girls? How's that the same? It's
Well,
not.
he was actually fucking them. That's what he went to court for. Remember?
Oh my god,
Wait.
bro! I don't
Oh,
know where you
brother.
get your info, bro.
Time out.
Whoa.
You are.
I don't know where
You've been on Reddit too much, my guy.
Well, no,
You
it's
are
not
literally
Reddit.
sounding
Like,
like Reddit. You
it's
literally
not really
sound like
Reddit.
Reddit.
Like, you got to figure. Like, you realize the Black Book was released a long time ago.
You literally sound like Reddit.
Yep, this is it. This is.
I don't even use
This
Reddit.
is
I don't.
this is
I don't
our
have a
white
Reddit.
people Twitter.
I
It's
do
got
not
banned,
have
by
a
the way.
Reddit page,
This is
so I
third
would not know what's on Reddit or what's not.
Oh, Reddit. Yeah, that's a great source.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you
don't.
have
I don't. I
very-
don't know.
Very much
I
like-minded
don't
people on
use
Reddit.
Reddit,
You would fit in there astoundingly.
Yeah, but the
It would
problem
mod
is
you so
this,
quick.
like these things are actually true. Like
Well,
No,
you cannot deny
Oh,
them.
boy.
I think. Listen, I think you have a strong bias against the person.
He
so
does.
maybe you shouldn't even be like talking about it. 'Cause
So-
you have a
so-
very
He
strong
can't. He
bias
can't.
about it.
He can't do it objectively. We've had conversations before. He has a very
No.
strong bias.
Yeah, of course I do. Like, why would I not?
I mean, if you just hate the
When you
man
have a
for,
strong
you know,
bias
shit
like
not
that, it
working
prevents you
out.
from seeing things
But
objectively.
why would I not?
Dude, I've seen plenty.
Wait, are we hating?
I don't know.
Everybody has their own reasons for a bias, for having their
But
bias.
why would I not have a bias? Think about that.
Who are we talking about right now?
because you're trying to get to the truth.
Well, for me to not have a bias would probably, well, let's get real, only make me as smart as MAGA supporters.
How so? So what are you calling me?
I mean, I just said it out loud.
As smart as a MAGA supporter is what.
So you're
Like,
saying
I'm
I'm
saying, like,
unintelligent and everything
I'm
like
saying
that. After
you
our
have a bias.
conversations?
you have a bias to believe whatever this man says.
No, I don't.
Well,
I have
not
no bias at
necessarily.
all. I look at everything critically. I look at everything objectively. I look at both sides.
But then why are you still denying facts?
Well,
What
you
fact?
talked about the Black Book for first of all. Like he never flew to the island.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. That
He's
100%
literally
you're
on
wrong.
the fucking flight
He's
log
listed
for
on the
Leo.
flight log once,
Yes.
but it's not to the island.
Oh, he was
Exactly,
on the
yeah.
airplane with a 12-year-old once, but okay, since it was
You
not
see,
on the island.
This is what I'm talking about.
AI
You
picture.
can't. You
AI
just can't
picture.
do it. You just cannot do it.
I
You
mean,
have
you're
no
referencing
objective
an AI
mindset.
picture.
You
what
cannot
you're
do it.
also, but what you're also doing is denying the fact that
No,
these
you're
were
not
actual
bringing
things
facts.
that
You're
That's
not
the
saying
thing.
true things. You're not saying true things.
So, like, not true things are like saying, hey, this man basically got convicted of sexual assault.
That is true.
Oh
However,
my God, bro!
look
Oh,
at
you
the
mean Donald Trump? Yes,
circumstances
that is true,
surrounding
but you-
the case.
Yes.
You just need to
Do
think
you
about
want to die
that.
on that hill?
There's nuance. Again, you have to look at things objectively, which you are not
So,
doing.
like,
You're only
we're
looking
also
at one
saying the man
side.
didn't try to overthrow the government.
Oh my God.
I definitely did.
Oh my goodness!
This is
Wait,
what I'm
wait,
saying.
you guys actually believe he got cheated in the election?
I
Yeah,
think
I really
it's open
actually
to
do,
that
bro.
possibility. I think there is
I
a
mean,
gotta
I'm
be
just
proven.
saying,
non-
like, asking
I
that
think
it's gotta
question
be
really
proven.
sets like
So
a
let me ask
standard.
you
for-
something.
Hey, let me
Hey,
ask
let
you,
me
what
ask
did
you
what did
something.
Hillary
Hey.
say when she lost? What did Hillary say when she lost in 2016? What did she say?
Wait a minute. Let me just say this. When it gets
She
proven
said
that
it
that
was. She
election
said it
and
was
many
stolen.
others were
Yes.
fucking bullshit and
Well,
stolen. When that
Yeah,
gets
yeah. I mean, when you win an election by millions upon millions of votes, you have to question what just happened.
You don't question
where
how
Donald Trump
high the
lost
numbers
by
were for
millions of
Biden
votes.
compared to this last vote.
We're going Mexico.
Well, nobody questioned if Donald
2020?
Trump won. Nobody questioned if Donald Trump won this
No,
time.
no. That wasn't you.
No.
No, but you're not. You never questioned how high, how many votes he got, how many votes Biden got in 2020 compared to this last election.
About
Paris got.
Yeah, but you also have to understand with Joe Biden's record in office.
But we also had record turnout for this election. Are you?
No. That's not what I said.
You're telling
I'm
me
saying look at Joe
That's not
Biden.
what you said. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that. What I'm saying is look at Joe Biden's presidency.
But you see, this is what I'm talking about. You just
you're telling me Joe Biden's more attractive in
No, I'm telling you,
than
he
Obama?
failed. Jesus fucking Christ! I'm telling you, he failed miserably. Like he failed as a populist president. He failed when it came to keeping himself. What's the word I'm looking for? Not retarded.
Well,
Like
okay, so
whoever
I'll give
was running the country at that point was not Joe Biden.
Do you know why?
So I'll give you a statement, and I want. Hold on. Time out.
You know
Time out on
why-
hate. Time
you
out
know
on
what-
hate.
Do you know what the question or the answer to the question?
Monkey. Your microphone is really low for some
Yeah,
reason.
Monkey, I don't hear you. So you know what? I'm gonna time out you on hate too.
Go ahead.
Okay, I got one question before we move on, and this is to everybody.
All right.
The 2020 election, is there a non-zero chance that Trump was cheated?
Yes.
Non-zero.
I mean, according to members of his own party that investigated this election,
I'm not asking
I would say on
your
both sides
gut
that
feeling.
yes.
absolutely not. I think
So
he's a fucking man.
0%. Zero, right?
Well,
Okay.
he literally said before he lost the election he was not going to leave. And on top of that, you had Steve Bannon on a boat.
Okay, so you're saying there's a 0% chance.
You had Steve Bannon on a boat on record recording, saying the exact plan that happened when and if Donald Trump would lose the election.
So 0%. All right, Monkey, what do you think? Non-zero, zero.
What was the restate the question for me, please?
Is there a non-zero? Do you believe there's a non-zero chance? That means more than 0%. I don't care if it's 0.5%, 1%, non-zero.
That
Trump
election
got cheated. That election, given the circumstances.
I think there is a percentage chance in every election that there is.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's
That
my
is very
view.
fair. That is very fair.
And you can even look at the graphs of the votes and how they were tallied and everything. And there's a interesting trend that you'll see from between 2020 and 2024.
Here's what I want to come from, because now now I know I'm talking to somebody who thinks there's 0% chance, right? I'm just gonna say there were circumstances. I'm not saying it happened. Okay, obviously that hasn't been proven.
I know
that it
exactly
happened.
the things you're talking about. The briefcases, this and that, blah blah blah.
Well,
yeah,
the way the votes came in, the conditions of the conditions the pandemic created for the mail-in voting. That's hard
the timing
to trace.
that they came in and were
The
tallying.
3 a.m. votes, the bellwether counties. These are all factors.
Speaking of, this also happened this last vote as
that
well.
don't prove anything. They alone, each of them do not prove anything, but they make you go, Which
but when you have your own people investigating those things,
but remember, right, or whatever, quote unquote, non-MAGA Republicans.
No, it doesn't matter if they're MAGA Republicans or Republicans. Either way, it's a win for the Republican Party if they can prove their point. So when it
because then it opens up for all previous elections.
Okay, once again,
it doesn't win for anyone.
You have members of his own cabinet talking about, like, doing open interviews about how.
Well, remember, his first cabinet was kind of trash.
Well, yeah, well, guess what? His new cabinet's even more trash.
I think
I would have to.
Yeah, I know, like Elon Musk dick in my mouth, blah blah blah. I get it, cool. But what it comes down to, is the fact that, bro, his own party members, his own cabinet members came out and said, this is what he is actively trying to do. We want no part of it. And on top of that, those same members were also appointed to investigate these things. What they all concluded: no evidence of election fraud.
We know how the J6 committee turned out to be. You know, so like we can
let's get something clear as well.
Not for nothing.
Let me ask you a question. How many voters in the history of voting before that election were proven to be dead voters?
Say again?
How many voters in the history of elections were proven to be dead voters?
I can't imagine more than a couple dozen.
Bingo. But Donald Trump tried to say over 10,000 something.
Yeah, I look, the thing is, again, Trump works on, you got to understand the man has Trumpisms. So he's a hyperbolic.
So you're saying it's okay because I love it when he lies to me, Daddy?
No. Okay, he's trying to drive a point, and I can't remember what.
So he drives the point to make himself look like a liar?
To drive the point home, you sometimes need to emphasize and embellish.
And who are the people that he would prey on by doing this?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, he already said, "I love the poorly educated."
You're already coming in with this bias of maliciousness.
Don't take that quote for Trump if it is true, because they all think that. Every politician since the history of the world, Democrat.
Yeah, but who actually, if you think about it, let's get real. Out of Democrats and Republicans, let's look at the past presidencies. Like, who do you think was the most successful of rallying up the evangelical Taliban? And, well,
damn, why are we going to disrespect Americans like this? I'm not Christian or anything. But
the evangelical Taliban, and, well, basically IQ's under 60.
Bro, have you seen the blue hair fat fucks? Their IQ's under 62.
You know what? I wouldn't.
Below 60.
So, like, when you say that, though, that's kind of a contradiction because, like, I mean, you're talking about autistic fat people, and look at the autistic fat man in your picture right there.
Okay, there's different types. You know how there's like sports autism and
like
autism?
Like Elon Musk is Rain Man, right?
Sort of.
Yeah, so he can pick out a 16-year-old girl who he can impregnate within like a blink of an eye.
Lord, here we go again.
Oh, boy. Come full circle.
Listen, I know what I'm doing, dude. Let me cook. There's no point to what I'm doing
on this program. Is Bucky's dad hearing all this? Is he taking this all in?
Yeah. I'm sure he's left by now. He's just like, fuck this guy. I'm out of here.
He's still on the phone.
Well, I'm on the phone. I'm just listening to this comical shit.
CBS is getting sued, by the way. That's what he was trying to say.
Now you're on
Yeah,
muted again.
What did they get sued for?
for election interference, pretty much, because like that shit that they put on with Kamala Harris, the 60-minute thing.
They edited the shit out of that. You know, at least everyone in this, I think everyone in this program can agree Kamala was such a dumb bitch. Like, when did they think that was a good idea? God, insane.
I mean, like,
How is it this election?
Monkey,
you sound like
can't hear you, dude.
Fix. This is your program. Get your shit
It's
together.
your microphone.
Get your shit together.
It's funny
Put
because
get all your shit together, take it to the shit store and sell it.
it's funny because it feels like every time I'm trying to get to this point, the microphone wants to fuck with me. But
Stage.
okay, so the answer to that question that you had asked about how this election, it doesn't seem like anybody had like a contestment. It didn't seem like anybody like it. Wow, it couldn't have been stolen. Well, there's two reasons for that. One is it was a sound ass whooping. A sound ass whooping.
Yeah, I don't think anybody
on
questioned.
the side that thought they were gonna fucking clear.
And two, the candidate on the other side was that fucking bad.
Because nobody fucking voted for her, bro. They put her in. Only that fucking party can do some stupid shit like that.
Hey, he's not wrong.
Dude.
That
Anyway, on that note, I do have to take my leave as I did stay a little bit longer than I probably should have. I do have work in the morning.
All right, yo.
Me too, buddy. Have a good night, bro. Always a pleasure.
You all have a good night. I will see you on the next one and see you in the chat.
All right, bro. So,
all right.
So, yeah.
What are we talking about? Oh yeah, Kamala being retarded.
Yeah, dumb bitch.
It's crazy because you thought they would learn the lesson after backstabbing Bernie and installing Hillary. Pretty much, they said maybe this is not a winning strategy, but they said, you know what? Let's run it back.
Let's try this one more time.
Let's try. That's like the Pat Riley run to the finals there.
Hey, we already beat our head against the wall. We beat our head against the wall on our forehead. Maybe if we try it from the side, it'll be different.
Yeah.
Hold on, what were you saying, Pops?
I said I find that party fucking funny because they fail and they still go with what they failed. It's unbelievable. It's like
It is unbelievable.
maybe we're trying to tell you something.
Maybe we should just do something different.
Well, the problem is that leadership in that party thinks they're so virtuous and so right that they don't stop and think about like what people want because it's what they want. And then they tell everybody else that's what the people want, but it's bullshit.
Dude, you realize all those news organizations were getting paid through USAID. You know that, right?
Which is crazy, yeah.
All of them. Every fucking one of them. And
now they're screaming. They're screaming that Elon. No offense, I know you don't like Elon. That Elon is stealing from Americans when they've been stealing from Americans.
How the fuck is he stealing from it? How does
I don't get it. I don't get how cutting bullshit is.
Steal from the government. The guy's got $500 billion. He's worth $500 billion. What the fuck does he need to steal from the government? The guy fucking puts rockets in space. He's got a fucking car company. He's the richest man in the world. Do you really think he needs to steal anything from the government? How about not shoot the messenger and look at what he's uncovering? How about that? How about that's like fucking some guy fucking murders somebody and he gets arrested and put in jail, and you guys want to bitch at the guy that arrested him and put him in jail. Not
you mean George Floyd?
Well, we did bitch at the cops when they arrested Luigi.
Which is fucking absurd. Okay? That's absurd. I mean, don't shoot the messenger. It's the fucking shit that he's uncovering that everybody should be pissed off about. Because our government sucks and has been stealing from us forever.
And making our video
when
games
somebody's showing it,
And making our video games bad.
the person's showing.
Making our video games bad.
They're making our video games bad, bro.
We've been paying taxes to make our video games
We've
bad.
been paying my taxpayer dollars has been going to fucking ruining RPGs, bro.
Your taxpayer dollars has been going to Blizzard.
And you know, again, like I mentioned earlier, Blizzard had an employee that said on Facebook, "Kill all MAGAs." Kill all MAGAs on his main profile, like like not even under an alias, his account. Blizzard did not punish the employee. That tells you where Blizzard is at.
Yeah, but Blizzard punishes the employee who says
If you fuck
maybe there's only two genders.
if you
Yep.
fuck that Blizzard,
That's where they're at.
ruin StarCraft, I will fucking come to that building and have work.
Oh,
A lot of them. You don't ruin that. Just don't touch that game. Don't make another game. Don't make another patch. Leave it the fuck alone. You have fucked up enough. Don't ruin something else. Jesus.
it's comical.
Dude, no, you don't understand, dude. It's bad. It's bad. It's you think that this shit's like just subjected to you. No, bro, it's bleeding in everywhere. And now it's made video games terrible.
What's
It really
made
has.
it too? What are you
Like-
even talking about?
USAID was funding like woke video games and shit to developers.
I seriously doubt they were funding any of the fucking ridiculous shit that they say they were funding.
No.
But-
They were funding.
There's receipts for all this stuff.
That's what it says. Yes, that's what it says. But who was getting the kickback? Because they really weren't funding these things. Like, do you really believe that they sent $1 million worth of fucking rubbers to Gaza? Do you really believe that?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's an article in 2016, I think it was, or what?
Show
Maybe
me the rubbers. I
2018.
wanna know where
They were
put the
using
rubbers out.
the rubbers to attack Israel.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because they turned those rubbers into weapons.
Yeah.
Monkey, will you please explain how they did that?
I will look that up
we
again.
gave them condoms and they put explosives in the condoms and then they flew kites.
Like little explosive condom balloons and stuff.
They flew kites into Israel with these explosives.
Ha!
Like it was, I can definitely tell you that they sent condoms to Gaza, and I can also tell you that they were not used for condom purposes. Completely missed the mark on that investment. Did not get the ROI you were looking for.
I can't wait till they audit the Defense Department because that's what they're doing next.
Yeah, and then the Pentagon. I mean, and already remember the Pentagon said they lost. You said $1 trillion earlier, something like
It's
that.
probably about 2 trillion or 4 trillion the last time I
Yeah,
checked.
just gone. Just don't worry about it.
By the way, a headline just popped up that says Magic Johnson spotted donating blood at a kids Make-A-Wish hospital.
Hell yeah,
That's great.
he's making some real wishes come true. Now,
Oh, everybody has AIDS.
in very important news, I heard that Trump's going to be at the Super Bowl, and I just want to use this time in this program to advise President Trump: if you put a parlay on the Chiefs, and put in maybe like 30 trillion on that parlay, we can get out of debt. Just
Yeah, but something tells me all he's going to do there is use hard R's.
Charles, no. We can't bet the budget. Oh, you can't bet the whole budget, bro.
just the whole
hold on.
Put the whole U.S. debt on heads. Not
Monkey,
even the game. Just
in the
coin
age of
toss.
executive orders, Monkey, he can do whatever he wants.
He could put 30 trillion on heads, and we'll be fixed. Done, bro. We'll be out of here by halftime. America's saved. Like 30 trillion on heads. Bet your house on it. Bet all our houses on it.
Bet the country apparently on
Bet the whole country on it. 30 trillion on heads.
Jesus.
All right, guys, I'm going to get off here. You guys have a good night, all right?
Have a good night, bro.
All right, peace.
So if there's any lessons to be learned from this program is Just bet everything on heads.
Yeah.
You guys are betting the farm on the Chiefs?
No.
No. I mean, they are probably going to win because Trump now said he's a Chiefs fan, or at least rooting for them. And, you know what's funny? Actually, we didn't talk about this earlier. This is a little mixing into football talk, but that's what we do here. Travis Kelce, boyfriend of very liberal Taylor Swift, said he was very honored to have Trump at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
And then, Patrick Mahomes said also kind of similar the same thing. Like, first time a president's going to be there. And they asked about him, president kind of hinting that he was rooting for Mahomes and all that. So the Chiefs, and I know Mahomes' wife is Chiefs very MAGA. Chiefs right now, very MAGA. And, the betting lines are on the Chiefs. And
fucking Harrison Butker must have been so excited.
Yeah, bro. Harrison Butker, like, super hype. So
I don't know, bro.
it's looking like they're...
The eagle is the American bird.
I agree. I agree. This is... But... the NFL loves the Chiefs, and Trump's rooting for the Chiefs. So just keep an eye on that when you're building that parlay this weekend.
Nah, I'm not betting the game.
Yeah.
I retired from betting fucking 10 years ago. I don't bet anymore. And what's the line on the game anyway?
That's a good question.
Chiefs by 2, I think. Let's see.
Chiefs by 2.
Let me see.
So it's basically a pick 'em.
Normally the Super Bowl is a pick-up.
Not all the time. Not all the time. There's been some horrendous Super Bowls.
Oh,
So
excuse me. It's not even a 2-point. It's 1.5. Chiefs.
God damn.
1.5. Yeah. But, I mean, bro, you gotta respect that guy, Barkley over there. You got to respect that guy.
Yeah, he might do the hard carry.
Gotta respect that guy. I mean, he's had a fucking tremendous year. So it's gonna be interesting. Definitely gonna be interesting.
I mean, he had such a good year. He had the fucking quarterback and receiver fighting.
I just can't wait for Reddit meltdown and X is like losing their shit when they show Trump on the Super Bowl. Like, they're just gonna show a little bit of him.
I hope they show him just as often as they show
as Taylor Swift, right? Yeah, they're gonna have a PvP Trump versus Swift.
And this cuts out the practice. You get so fucking sick of that because you know what? They haven't had the appreciation. They don't know what it feels like to be on the other side of that. They enjoy Taylor Swift.
That's gonna be
NFL's gonna piss everybody off. They're gonna show both of them, and both sides are gonna have a riot.
That's going to be the most protected building in the history of Super Bowl.
Between Taylor Swift and fucking Donald Trump sitting in it?
No, not because of Taylor Swift, bro. Because of Donald Trump.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Well, both of them together in one building.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Those are two national off.
I feel very secure in that building between the two of those guys there. Yeah, private and fucking federal security sounds awesome. Like,
yeah,
Taylor Swift is pretty fucking secure herself.
She's up there. She's up there on that totem pole.
Oh boy, hold on.
Fucking. We've had a night.
What a night, bro. We had some interesting, spicy talks.
You can probably count on the fact Elon will be there too.
Oh, please. This will be if that's the case, this is gonna be so good. I hope there's a Doge commercial.
I almost guarantee that he'll probably be there.
So Patel, Gabbard, and Kennedy are moving up to the
big
next
three,
round.
baby. This is it. That's the big three, man. Those are the big three that need to get pushed through. Like none of these like pre-votes.
Kennedy. They advanced him tonight, so he's the next vote is. I think the next one is he's in.
Gabbard got advanced tonight.
And Gabbard got advanced too, so they're both going to be
advances to the next round.
It's Cash Patel they're fucking with right now. They don't want Cash Patel in there.
They're fearing him the most.
What?
They're fearing him the most. He's the scariest one for them.
Yeah, they're fearing him the
Bro,
most.
The FBI is deeply corrupt.
When I saw that,
Very, very corrupt. But so is the CIA. So
Oh yeah, but
CIA's been corrupt forever. But the whole government's corrupt. Let's face it. I mean, the whole
yeah,
government's
it's
corrupt.
been a shit show for a while.
That's why I say. I mean, you're gonna get mad at Elon Musk because he's showing people that the government is corrupt, and he's showing you how the government's corrupt.
And then he's still like, the crazy thing is, why would you believe there's no chance that Trump got cheated in 2020 when you see all this corruption coming to light? Like, you don't have any doubt, not 0% doubt. Like, it's a little weird.
Listen, from hearing Pam Bondi's what do you call it? Her thing when she went in front of the Senate. From hearing her hearing, she believes that there was cheating in the 2020 election.
I voted for Biden, and I think there was cheating.
And by the way, none of these people that have gone in front of the Senate have yet said that Joe Biden won the 2020 election. They said that Joe Biden was president, but they won't come out and say that Joe Biden won the 2020 election. None of these people. Not even Kennedy.
Well, at the end of the day, I think it worked out for the best. You have to see how bad shit gets before it gets better,
Yep, no doubt. But I think all of it's going to come out. It's all going to come out. And
Epstein book.
Elon's got like 6 friggin' kids in there from 19 to 26 that are fucking brains. And
Reddit's trying to dox him and kill him.
So I'm sure they'll get to the bottom of everything.
If they can ever leave their basement, maybe they'll get something done.
I'm waiting to see what they catch in the IRS.
Fuck the IRS. My taxes have been paying some dumb shit.
Yeah. Well,
We're still getting tax returns this year, right?
I'm getting a fat stack cash freaking refund this year.
Yeah. All right.
I just hope they do away with the IRS.
Just make sure, this is not financial advice to everyone listening. Always max out your capital losses. You're allowed $3,000 of capital losses a year. I'm not going to tell you how you get to those $3,000, but make sure you max that out. That's what you're allowed every year. Max it out. Increase your refund.
Nice.
That's it. Any other further information on how you may do that, I will not go into, but just do it. Figure it out. Just some advice. Not financial advice.
All right.
Yeah, my taxes are a little more complicated than that. I have a business, so.
Oh, that is true. Yes, the individual preparations. I think you're allowed $6,000 in capital losses if you're married.
Nice. All right, y'all. I am going to bed. So,
me too.
All right.
3.5 hours. Good night.
Oh, what a great show.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, guys.
Night.
Have a good night. See you Sunday, Mick. You going to a Super Bowl party?
Maybe.
All right.
I got to work Sunday the whole fucking day.
Oh,
because Shayna's sick, Rick.
Yeah.
So I got to watch the Super Bowl at the store.
Yay.
Yeah.
So you better save me some fucking barbecue.
Okay, I got you.
All
right.
See ya. All right.
All right. I don't think we had any.
Well, we're at the end of the program, right? I believe so. We're tired. Remember to follow us, visit our webpage, like, subscribe. X account is where you find all the juiciest details. But if you don't feel like venturing over there, find us on our other platforms, Facebook, YouTube, what is it? Kick, Rumble, all that good stuff that we're on. Like and subscribe, like Andy likes to say, something about, BLM riots and stuff like that. All that good stuff, my friends. This is a very inclusive program. We might not always agree with you, We might think you're overweight and that you have poor choices in your hair color, but we still love and accept everybody. Even if you have bad taste in music, we accept you. Even if you're very strong to accuse others of things you're doing yourself, we still love you.
Yes.
All that good stuff. This program is for everybody. We want you to engage. We want you to keep watching. And we'll see you next week.
I find that people are very attracted to polarizing things such as drama, and this attraction leads people to be manipulated in such a way that they'll sit and listen to 5 people poorly talk about politics that have nothing to do with anything that they might be trying to listen for. And they would be willing to sit here for 3.5 hours hoping that I was going to say something relevant to them that was supposed to be groundbreaking. I would like you to know that this is why you're sheep. Easily herded, easily manipulated, fucking retarded sheep. And you are more than welcome to keep watching. Maybe
we still love you. Remember, retarded is inclusive.
Yes. Have a good night, everybody. Stay
Have a
safe.
good night.
Don't hang out with pedophiles.